point.
I got you.
What's up, guys? So we are reviewing episode 8
Episode
tonight.
8.
I
This fool
am
been
with
lying the whole time. Oh, that's what it's called. Oh,
I
yeah. Hilarious. I kind
it's
of already know
just
in my mind
funny.
now.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into this. Boom, boom, boom.
The final 7.
Next vote is for Ashley.
I was gut punched, when Riazo was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna vote with them, and there'll be 4 on you," and that's when it was like, "Wait, what?"
Next vote is for Emily, which is enough. Emily, I'm sorry, you have been voted out.
I think that somebody had a card to play, or Rizzo's playing this, because I'm like, ain't no way Emily didn't vote. You know what I'm saying? And I know for damn sure I had to even think back in my mind. I'm like, I know I told you Ashley, and I know Rita definitely did. So I was just like, Emily was maybe the target they needed to get out, but I was just like, damn.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure to play with everybody, and I wish you all the best.
Wow.
And not personal at all.
Real quick, we pause it.
Emily, I don't even know. I feel like Emily.
Was that?
The idol, though, that's still the biggest thing. I know we talked about that a little bit last reaction, but the idol,
know.
like, what would have happened if she played it?
I don't know.
That's
Well,
what I just had to.
I mean, the crazy part is Riazo was gunning for me the entire time.
Which
And
is
then-
crazy that even Ashley didn't, in my opinion, competition wise, I would have voted you if I was Ashley.
Yeah,
the fact she went
absolutely.
Emily, I was just like crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, she I don't
For
know.
me, I thought she was. I thought she was voting for me, but I was just like, I hope she. I knew that was their whole plan because they even heard them say it. I was like, if they
Yeah.
vote for me, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off because then I'm gonna fucking get them out. But then it was just like, dang, I was just like, she even told them the whole time, vote for Dom, vote for Dom. And then when she went Emily, that was
Yeah.
kind of wild.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think it was just because the lack of trust she had with Riazo at that point.
Mhm.
And he was pushing my vote so hard. And then I think Emily trying to be kind of buddy buddy with her all of a sudden was I think that's what really just made her paranoid. And
Mhm.
I don't know, Emily may have would have worked with her, but Emily in the comments even said in the last video, she said she didn't it wasn't she wasn't trying to stray away from us. She was more of just trying to I guess just talk to Ashley and just sway that team that we weren't that close. So it they weren't super paranoid the way that they were, but yeah, it backfired. But yeah, she
Yeah.
absolutely should have took me out first.
Yeah, it was kind of like when now I looked at it, I was just like, they're gonna vote for me, so I'm like, I'm playing this idol because I was just like, these fools don't never
Yeah.
play their idol. I'm definitely playing that, even though
Yeah.
even if it sucks because I could have kept it, but I was
Yeah.
I was like 98% sure. I'm like, if they're gonna vote, they definitely gotta vote for me now. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, this is the perfect. I'm like, competition wise, they should. But then I was like, my whole thought is, Emily told me she had an idol. We already know
Yeah.
we're voting out Ashley, and then when that happened, I was just like, damn.
This was the perfect time to vote me out.
Yes,
I don't
it
know.
really was. It
They
really
fumbled.
was.
I probably had,
They fumbled.
They did.
which is kind of true, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't what I was trying to do.
Wow,
What a crazy vote.
that I don't even get it. That was a trip.
I don't
That was
even get it.
definitely a trip.
This is funny.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I mean, I kind of know, but I don't know how that actually works.
I'm just like, I need a moment to sit down and just rearrange my thoughts after that.
Yeah, somebody
And
like
Tabitha wasn't here to vote, right? Tabitha didn't vote.
somebody's
And
great.
then Rita blocked the
Wow.
vote.
And then
So
Yo.
for Emily.
Well, we can say who voted for who. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys want to be up front.
I told
I voted for
Ashley.
I voted for Dom.
Because I told Ashley straight. Ashley, we had a one-on-one. I told you straight up, I'm voting Ashley tonight. That was my vote.
No, okay, that's okay. Thank you.
I'm voting for Ashley. Where do
Lord
you vote
Ash.
for?
No, bro, you did not vote. Two of you are claiming you voted for Ashley, but there was one vote Ashley. I
There
was the
was
one
two votes for Ashley. No, it was
No,
two.
Nick said one vote Ashley.
No.
See, at this point though, Riazzo knew that there was a switch of vote. So I don't know
Dude,
why.
he actually told him, so he was damn near. This is where he got his ass and really started.
Well, I
It's just
don't
like,
know why
Riaz, how
he
you
was
gonna tell
playing
us?
so damn stupid. I think he was just
Yeah.
trying to like save himself, but he already knew
Yes.
about it because he intended on her using it on me. So,
hmm And that's why he tried to come at us now, because it's just like, okay,
nah, bro, we said
ah,
what we were
w-
gonna do.
exactly. Like we stuck to the plan, so it's just like, here we go, here we go
No,
with
and see
Riazzo.
that's the other crazy part too. And someone said it in the chat was like, if Riazzo didn't tell Ashley about us voting her, she would have actually been out because she wouldn't have had those numbers and she wouldn't have used her vote because she had no intention on using that at first.
Mm-mm.
So, and that was the crazy part about that. And yeah, and I don't think this next vote would have went the way that it was going to go either.
Riazzo he got into a maze of his goddamn self. That's the
He really
problem.
did.
He just started doing too much, and
He
then
did.
he couldn't remember the path that he went. That's where he started getting lost.
He was like, I don't, where am I at now?
He's like, damn, shit.
No, he said two. I was the second one.
Even when Emily was like, and when I look back, I hope, that Riaz was being honest, and I'm thinking to myself like, no, something about all of this is not feeling, on the up and up. So at that point, I knew he was really working both sides.
One vote Ashley, guys. That was me.
What are you talking about? Okay.
No, I voted unless it was switched. I voted so.
Stop, I can't. Okay, wait. In this whole episode, though, your reactions fucking killed me. Like, it's so funny. Sometimes when you reacted, I was dying. I was like, what is he? What the
I had to get at Riazzo on that one. I'm like, hold that, fool.
He
Like,
said, what are you talking about, bro? He's looking at your face. You're like,
I'm like, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm like, what's up to it?
you fucking lying right now.
I'm just like, see, them lies always catch up.
Oh, man.
Switch because I definitely voted for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There had to be a switch thing, because I know I definitely said that. So how did that shit happen?
I'm
All right.
sorry, neither one of you talk anything with me, so I don't have to answer any of your questions.
Oh, I wasn't asking you a question.
Dang, the
Yeah.
snappiness of
She
it
came
all.
with it. Yeah, man.
She said, I don't need to answer any of your questions.
See, that's when it got spicy right there. I was just like, I
And
wasn't
I
asking.
was like, wait, I was like, whoa, where did this come from?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. I'm like, I don't think I'm asking you anything.
I
I'm telling you
know, but
exactly how I feel.
I didn't specifically say, Ashley, what did you do?
Yeah. I guess but then that's when Ashley got on her, like she was doing with Susan, just got that whole mind thing going.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm part of the
I
group, and
can't.
I'm saying I don't have to answer it. I'm not going to answer
I'm
it.
just saying,
I'm waiting for an answer out of me. It's not like I'm not mad at Riazzo personally. It was a game.
She was
and
mad.
he thought that he could,
I got it live.
manipulate the situation and utilize me to take out his target. And thankfully, I walk with the spirit, and the spirit with the spirit in me, connected to the spirit of this game. And I was able to maneuver a little bit and save myself at least one more round.
Oh man, that shit was funny.
That shit is super funny over there.
Hey, Susan.
Good to see
I didn't
you.
know Susan had tattoos.
I didn't know either. Whoa, crazy.
Yes, yes.
Susan, you look so cute if you're watching this. I love your tattoos. I wanna
Yeah,
see
Susan's
them.
tatted up. That's kind of
I
fire.
know. I love it.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, wow.
wild.
Yeah. That was crazy.
And remember I told you Riazzo told me to play it?
Yeah, he lied, right?
He lied to me.
Yeah, he did. That's I know. He goes, I
did
voted.
say
He
it.
goes, yeah, he goes.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out they were like insinuating that he lied about, because
So I'm thinking because he told
he
her,
he did say I was gonna vote for you, but I'm voting for you because I
yeah.
want, because you need to use your thing because you don't have the numbers tonight. But I'm wondering, did he lie about to her that he was working with us? Maybe.
Yeah, I think she kind of knew, but
Okay.
that's probably where it kind of that's why she switched it up.
Okay, that makes sense.
Voted Ashley. I'm like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? Like
he was trying to like cover his tracks. But what's even funnier is I realized when he came to me and said, like, I need to know if you have an advantage, and I was like, yeah. And he was like, you don't remember I was telling you all that? And
yeah, yeah.
And I said, he was like, well, what is it? And I told him. He was like, yes, I'm gonna vote for you. So there's gonna be 4 on you. And I'm just like,
What?
what? And he's like, and you
Yeah.
gotta vote Rita. And I was like, I am not picking out his cousin. Like, what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow.
You were talking. We're supposed to all be working together, and you were talking with them about.
Right. He totally flipped out. I mean, he didn't do what any of us what we did. You know what I mean?
And that's so messed up because we all voted him to have the immunity. You know, even Susan at one point said she would ride with me as far as she could. So I'm not naive to the fact that, you know, at any given moment I can still be voted off. Okay, Mary. So
I will say we had them scrambled this episode.
Yes.
It was like
Yeah.
they couldn't vote. The double elimination, man. That was like, so I don't even know like how we even did that, but it was just like because
One
we
was crazy, dude, because I remember thinking like with Emily out and us not knowing Riazzo, I was just like, damn, how the fuck are we gonna survive in this?
Mhm.
I'm just like
And I'm
competition wise.
so like during the games, like because it was a double elimination. Like we didn't even like talk about it, but I'm so happy that you picked like the current immunity, and then I picked the future one, and then you ended up winning like both games back to back. Like that shit was so perfect, bro.
I was like, I know I started going off like after that. I was just like, I'm about to just tear this shit up.
I know, but I missed that one game, and I was like, "Oh, this would have been so much fun!" And I'm
Yes,
like, "We
yes.
gotta talk about a part later," because Mary throwing a little shade there towards the end, and I was like, "Oh,
Mary with the
I know
spice? Okay,
Mary
I gotta
hated
see
me."
this. I can see that.
I am so glad. So you know, I played my advantage, the flip a vote. So they 4 voted for me.
Yep, exactly.
And there was this advantage that Rita was holding, which that also got used.
Yeah, on Tabitha. So that was perfect too.
I still have a switch vote, so we can, you know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
Remember? Yeah, so you guys got to let me know what the heck, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I was like, no, hey, just hold on.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, I'm just letting you know, so I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, thank you. I was
That'll help us, you know what I mean? That'll help us, you know?
Also, in the last one-to-one chat, well, no, it was not a one-to-one, it was a chat chat, but it was just me and Dom. I told him that, like, I think Riazzo is playing both sides.
Riazzo.
Yeah, he is.
He told Riazzo. Riazzo was like, Ashley, did you hear that? Mary told Dom that she didn't trust
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Wait.
The one thing I do appreciate about us in this entire game is how straight up we were with everyone.
I'm like, I was just telling them like, well, like, I vote for your team. Your team ain't
Yeah.
like, we'll just make small talk, but it was very like understood. Like,
Yeah,
that's when they're like, you voted for Tabitha. You voted for
like
Tabitha. I'm like, no, I voted for Dar. Like, why are y'all trying to act like? And
our game for just being straight up, like it was unmatched because we were
Yeah.
just like throwing bullets left and right. We're just
Yeah,
like,
that's why I was just like, if this
this-
is the shade, then bring it, because that's what it felt like after a while. It's just like, yeah, we are just like this. We are just behind each other, just trying to go on
I
both
know.
sides. Like, you
Well,
take
it's
that
like-
side, I'll take this side. That's exactly how it
Exactly,
felt.
yeah. And it was like we were like in the middle, and I was like, okay, well, if you guys gonna put us in this corner, like we're gonna shoot back, and that's what we were
Exactly.
And listen how I played
Oh,
off.
man.
I said, what? He said, Mary told Dom she didn't trust me. I looked at him, I said, Dom was right there. I said, Dom told you that's what Mary said? He said, yes. I said, no, that doesn't sound like something Mary would say. And I'm supposed to believe Dom? No, Riazzo. And I was like, I'll be back. And I left. Like, I know exactly why Mary did it. Mary did it because she had to tell Dom somebody that wasn't him. And since Riazza was doing all the little sneaky movie,
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, now he's only got Rita and whoever, I guess,
You
maybe
didn't have me.
Tabitha.
What
Tabitha's
is she
on
talking
you guys'
about?
side, right?
Mary, what do you think? I think as soon as Tabitha finds out what happened, she is definitely about to. She was. She was. She was. Go ahead.
I've already, I've asked up.
Yeah, I think Tabitha will also follow suit.
I don't think he's actually that close with Rita and Dom, but he's just siding with who he thought to be the stronger team, which may be, for all I know.
Hey, Don, you're probably like, oh no, Sue.
No, it's all good. What's going on? What's going on?
That was weird yesterday. I don't know what happened there. I mean,
Yeah.
I voted for you just only because you voted for me in the very beginning, you know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
right.
yeah, but you're not going anywhere anyway, you know? But at the Emily thing, I don't
Oh,
get
man.
that at all.
I
Like,
didn't get that either. That was.
how could that be? Like, who would have voted on her?
That's what I'm saying. I was shocked. Maybe
Yeah.
Red was switched, but I definitely didn't think. Emily
Maybe,
just-
I mean,
That's the only thing I could think about because I'm thinking like Emily's kind of like quiet, like she was, it was
Yeah,
very surprising to see that Emily. I can
Right.
see, like I said, I'm one, we voted, but that's what I'm saying. When Emily got voted out, it was more like, and even with Tabitha, like I don't even really know how Tabitha is.
why would you have, yeah, right.
She didn't show up, so it was just more like, that kind of just more threw me for the loop.
What's up?
What are you in? Who you in like the most?
Guys,
best
I'm
ever?
out. I'm gonna be out all night, so I showed up though. I'm showing up, trying to do my.
You like where you going? What you doing?
Man, I'm at a party. So,
Oh.
It's like, I'm at a party. I ain't got time for you old folks.
What's going on?
oh, bro, Dom.
You said what?
And so yeah, he's like, he's like, for y'all old folk, I'm at a little party,
Oh,
my little college
no.
thing.
He's like, I ain't got time for this.
I got time for this thing.
I told in Susan too. I literally told Ashley, I'm voting you tonight. It's no ill will, but you said you voted Ashley too, or?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, Rizzo, for real. Did you vote that or did you
Yes,
call
I
that?
swear to God. No, I swear to God, I voted
So
Ashley.
did somebody have some way of changing the vote?
But listen, I know. Listen, Dom, I know there's an advantage in the game that does allow the votes to be swapped at some point. So I'm not sure if that was that. But I don't think Rita, you see, like the three of us were saying we voted Ashley, but I don't think that Rita would lie about it as well if someone else was lying. So I
definitely, that's something we can play.
Well, I voted for Dom. I told Dom I voted for Dom.
Yeah.
Susan, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I figured, I
Ain't
definitely
nothing wrong with
didn't
that.
think it was Emily. I was thinking it was gonna be me, and that's the only reason I used it. I figured like everybody gonna vote me because I have one, two, and I know
Yeah.
we had it, but I was just not thinking it was gonna be Emily. So I think the number will have
He's
to
trying to do some damage control.
right? Because I think Susan's kind of shit. I don't know what now that this has changed. Now I think Rizzo might be the target because he's trying to go so many sides. So if that is the case, then it's gonna be maybe trying to bring Susan back or kind of see what Tabitha is. Tabitha's kind of, I don't know, she's kind of on the space island. Mary's kind of real kind of loyal there.
There was no bringing Susan back at that point. Like, it was.
No, but I think though a little bit started because I felt like Susan maybe started to see that Ashley kind of was
Yeah.
dragging her a little bit. So my thought was, I think at that time I'm like, Rita might be able to get Susan. I think Susan was still gonna be mad at me.
Every time I talked to her, she would literally take whatever I told her back to Ashley. So it was like there was no
So she was her foot
talking
soldier.
to her.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just like she had it very straight in her mind. And I hated that, like, because everyone assumed me as the leader, that it was like my whole responsibility to like get us and Susan back together. And I'm like, she doesn't even really want to talk. Like, she doesn't want to conversate with me because it was just like it was like anything I said automatically went back to Ashley. And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to work with this shit, bro? Like, so I stopped at like a certain point because I was like, I don't like, it's like just like it was like talking to like a wall up into this game because like it just wasn't beneficial for our game because it was like if we told her stuff and then they would be like what 5 steps ahead of us if we were going to tell her like our next play. So it's just like
Yeah.
that's how I felt anyways.
I feel you.
So, I
It
mean,
was
that-
hard. It was
that's
hard.
gonna be
It was
the
hard.
win. Like I said, as long as I win, then shit, I ain't worried about nothing else.
Ashley, what a crazy night last night.
Yeah, Rizzo. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a-
yeah, definitely. I was
was a-
definitely thinking the same thing.
Crazy vote.
What that
Yeah,
is.
those 4 votes from that one person. That was wild.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I
Oh,
told you
man.
before. I told you before the
You
vote.
saved
you
the
know,
trip.
I know.
Yeah, but the reason you told me before the vote was it was no. If he
So no.
that he orchestrated votes in my favor in hopes that I had an advantage, that was a big risk for my game, is what I'm saying. He didn't know that I had anything when he agreed to say my name with them.
Yeah, we can touch back on
Well,
the.
see, and that's
It
like the
definitely-
whole
I
thing
definitely-
though, is I don't think he actually agreed to vote for her up until he heard about her advantage, is what it kind of seemed like in that scene. If you kind of like play it back, because he was like, Ashley, like, you need to tell me what your advantage is right now. And then she like told him, and he was like, oh my God. He was like, okay, well, I'm going to vote for you. And I think he made that decision, like that split decision right then and there. I think it was just like up in the air that, you know, we were game talking with him. I don't know if he made that actual decision or not.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely picked up on something in the moment, and that's how I knew I needed to check in with what leads me, because yeah.
Oh, so you thought I was like blind?
It is exactly the way it was told.
Opposite?
The way you told it to me.
Dom,
Told the story.
what were you thinking about that
It's
situation?
the manner in which you told the
Hold
story.
on, actually, because sometimes like I say, Ashley just will get so deep, and I'll be like, God damn, like you know what I'm saying. So I'm kind of thinking, like, I'm at that point. I'm just kind of like, this is just.
You're like,
Yeah, Riazzo done got this shit to the point where I'm still kind of mad that she's there because she should have been
Yeah.
voted off. How everything
Yeah.
was set up. So at that point, I'm just kind of like, let me get out of this chat because I just don't like this. I don't like this energy right now.
your face too says it all. You're just like,
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, fuck this.
oh
I
man.
like bad or positive.
However you receive it. I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
like I said, I was able to hear what you were saying, to process it.
I'm pretty sure Ashley used the swap, but I think they made one for Emily because, like, when I was talking to Ashley yesterday, she was like, it was the way you said it or something. I didn't know how to process that, so I asked her, is it negative or positive? She was like, it's the way you wanted to, like, you know, just like very, very, very shade, a lot of shade going on. And I'm not thinking it.
You know
A
what?
lot of
Honestly,
shade.
I'm not gonna lie and say that if we're in tribal and Rita gets cocky like she did last time, for whatever reason, I can't say that.
Okay.
Lucky, awesome.
The first time I saw that, I was cracking up. Did you feel like I was being cocky in the last, like,
That's what was the cockiness from? Because
I don't know,
we
dude.
did, I think it
don't-
was. I think you just be so like blunt.
relaxed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that they like sometimes I think like you said, I think there's some projecting sometimes. I think there's just a feeling of like they can't handle some of that energy sometimes. I think that's really
Maybe.
how they feel. So it's just like everything feels like, oh my gosh, like this is some
Yeah.
arrogance or some
Yeah.
ego to it. I'm just like, I think it's just kind of just being sure of yourself. And I think
I
that's
was
kind of
like,
what and I think
when,
that's what happened with Jason and everything. Like
yeah.
I feel like the dynamic of how Ashley was able to use Susan in that is because Jason kind of, I think didn't see that, okay, this might turn into like a feminine thing. And I think that's kind of what happened where he could have probably, changed a lot of things there. And I think that is kind of what the angle started getting to. But then it was just like,
Yeah.
all right, now they're, now it's just like, now they're just going to be pointing in and, trying to create some other narratives. And I think that's
Yeah.
exactly what she was saying.
Well, I think it was just getting like because that just like felt like it was like a personal attack.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
like, and I was like, I don't remember ever going into that game mode being cocky. I think I was just more of like accepting what was going to happen. It wasn't like I'm being like cocky towards this vote. But I
Mhm.
think like sometimes just confidence like also comes off as cocky because I've heard
Mhm.
plenty of times. And I was like, there was like, I don't remember ever like initially like doing anything abrupt. I was like, I don't know where that fucking came from, but I was like, damn, bro, she was coming at me.
Yeah,
But
she was like,
like, but none of this was ever told to me. And that's why I thought like it was shady, because it was like, okay, here you are telling Mary that I'm being cocky. And I'm wondering if that's why Mary like took her little jabs at the end, because that was like kind of like stewing up in like her consciousness. And I was like, I don't remember
mhm.
her being like cocky, but yeah,
I
it
think
was.
it starts to get there when we start
Oh,
like, okay, I just felt like it was like us against the world at that point too.
I know.
That's how it felt. It was just like, all right, now we see the numbers are kind of like lost and Riazzo's in, but it's just like Riazzo's the trap at the same time,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's just like, but will
Also,
they?
at this point, I didn't have his back. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. Like it wasn't like I even
Yeah,
told him
I
like
was so
I
shocked
don't
about
trust
Emily
you.
too. I'm just like, and that's what I thought. I was just like, Ra Emily believed so much in Riazzo that she didn't even
Yeah.
play her idol. And I think that's
Yep.
where she probably really felt like, oh, I don't have to worry about that. And it's just
Yep.
like, why would you not think that?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like when I stopped trusting him, and I even told him that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Riazzo was quick to throw her under the bus while they're trying to say their legend strong. You know, the next time I hear something about legend strong, I might just crack. Not from Nick, because Nick might say it just to get me to crack.
Of course.
One of those people have to, one of the players have to say it. They have to say it, and I might just say, no. You guys are about as strong as your votes on Susan. Oh, what is that supposed to mean? Riazzo, why don't you tell them?
I think he's playing both sides. I think he's he's seeing if he could take Rita or Dom.
I am kind of seeing like the shadiness that Muggsy was pointing out though towards the end of this. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of those episodes she was more talking about Mary than she was of Tabitha at that time. If I'm going back to that, because I don't know, because it was like, I think it was when Nick asked like, how do you feel about Mary, or some context like that, and like, and then, or no, I'm sorry, it was at the way beginning of the season, and she was like writing down of like people like in her team, and she was like, she's quiet but she's mad shady. And I'm like, I'm starting to like correlate what Muggsy was
I can
talking
see it
about.
because Mary wasn't but even though Mary, like you said, is like sometimes feeling like paint's drying, she's not.
Yeah,
She's also
yeah,
got a little side of her that I'm just like, yeah, I know that you know
exactly.
more than you're leading on to believe. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't think
You,
Muggsy was fully off on her predicament, like, or
that
her
was the hardest
prediction.
part with Muggsy. Like,
Yeah.
Out, but doing so in a very discreet manner.
Bro,
Playing us, Rizzo flip flop. It's either one or the other. They either switch the votes or, cause I'm thinking, damn.
Well, what was Emily's vote?
That's exactly what I'm saying. It had to be switched because I'm like, I know for sure I voted.
I
voted for
Ashley.
And I know you voted, so at least there'd have been three.
So I'm thinking the plan is, because I still have that safety, one of you and I have to win immunity
Oh yeah,
tonight.
we gotta win. We
And
gotta
if not, and I will, and say if I win, then I'll give you that. Cause it's not an immunity, but it's like you'll be safe, but you can't vote.
win. Okay.
So that's what it is. So yeah, or if you win, then I'll use it.
Yeah.
And they can battle that out.
Yeah, I heard it like I jumped on. They're like, oh, that's four, but I'm like, who's the fourth? It was Susan, Mary, and Ashley talking. I think they were talking about me and you. So it was just like, is Rizzo on that? Because Tabitha wasn't even there. So it's just like, okay.
What's really funny is like Susan and like Rizzo are just a pawn.
Yes, exactly. They have down this.
Oh man, they did not like that.
no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
They did not like that when I said that at all.
Shit was real though.
It's what it felt like.
Damn, they're gonna be manipulated by, them.
Yeah.
Y'all damn
I
near.
mean,
y'all jump for them, and what you think they're gonna eventually do, they're gonna throw your ass out.
Exactly.
Same with the eventually, like, it was like, oh, you're gonna work with me, I'm like, that was too long ago, like.
Well, that's the funny,
What it plays, like, what you.
that's the funny part is like, they think that we like never included Susan on our team, but I've never voted for Susan.
I did, I know when I voted for them, she didn't even, Jason was like, we should vote too, and at first I'm like, why would we do that? Like.
Yeah,
that's-
that's like, that was my whole thing is like, I would have got out Mary Ashley first. Like,
That's
that, yeah, this would
exactly
have been a
what I
whole
was
other
thinking,
game.
but Susan flipped it like, Jason, you don't let me pick, so I'm like, damn, like, I was just like, why is she kinda.
Either that or she just didn't speak up. But that's like my whole thing is like, don't play the victim when you're over here being the villain, cause like,
Yeah.
that's for me, like, that's shady, dude. That's so
Keep it, that's what I
weird.
said, I said that, I just said that to them, I was like, keep it all the way behind it, like, I said, I was like, Rizzo's out here, he young guy, he's free, so maybe he.
Played us.
Exactly, but I was like, who better played us? Cause Emily.
Oh man. So like what was your game play up until this point? Were you trying to get Tabitha like on our side at this point, or like what was?
No, my thought was Tabitha I knew that Ashley, Mary, Susan is the three, right? And it's just like
Yeah.
shit, Riazzo is kind of on that, but it's just like if I can Tabitha and I, she might have thought I voted for her, but I'm just kind of like I felt like she was right there in the middle. So I'm thinking like,
Mm.
no, we gotta win, but I'm like, we kind of still need another leg now because it's just like Riazzo is not to be trusted, and he's gonna go with whoever doesn't take him. So it's just kind of like
Exactly.
Tabitha's not always there, so she doesn't have enough talk time with him. But I know
Yeah.
she came for that team. But I'm just like, I felt like Tabitha could be swayed just based on her kind of wanting to be, seeing that we were kind of the stronger players. So that's my thought was like, she'll want to see
Well,
if she
I
wants
mean,
to go farther.
I didn't even see us like as the strong players. Like I saw us like, hey, like our numbers are dwindling. And
Yeah, well, that too.
I told her like just kind of like my thoughts, and I was like, if Dom and I are gonna be taken out of the equation, who is gonna be next to be voted out?
Yeah.
Ashley and Mary aren't gonna vote each other out.
Right,
Like
right.
it's either between Riazzo, it's between Susan, or it could be possibly Tabitha. And I told her that in one of the chats because I was like, I don't fucking know. I was just like, I just know that it's not gonna be one of us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Emily, I see her, she was about to cry, I was like, damn, I didn't think it would be Emily though.
Bro, I was like,
I think they were just like-
wondering about Renzo because he kept asking about you, and I was like, Dom's cool. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what's going on? He was
Like,
so hard on you, bro.
What? I'm like, Riazzo's like my son.
Yeah, it's like, no, he
Like my son.
You know what I'm saying? It's like my child, like not listening. And it's just like, and he
He
was
even-
just, but he.
You know what? He even says it though. He's like, I was too hard on Dom.
I just didn't understand why he was doing all that. Like that's what
I
I'm just like.
didn't
Why,
either.
I was just like, what do you? Why? I'm thinking like you're running over to them, and I'm like, do you see how they started cutting legs? Like I don't know why
I
you didn't think that. Like think if they were able to get Susan to swing on Jason when Jason was
I
part of
know.
our team. Like, don't you kind of see like they kind of are the masterminds?
I
That's what I'm just like.
know.
They played a hell of a game, and it's just like
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's like, actually, I told you I was going to you, and I'm like, she's like, no, but the way you said it, I could go back and just decipher what you were saying. I'm like, this has been lying the whole time,
I'm
like.
telling you, bro, he's been playing both sides. That was the tagline.
You don't get sliced in the back doing that. you know?
I told them like you have that stealthy vibe about you. I wasn't lying.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good damn game. Fucking connection, bro.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
That was another idea.
Your guy, I could really see your face, Riazzo. What do you wear? Are you wearing a do-rag?
Sorry, guys. I'm out. I'm not home, so it's kind of hard. It's too dark.
All right. Before this challenge, we have the final twist of the season. Where that tonight,
Are we like
all
all
get to
frozen?
make a choice before the challenge.
Okay.
So tonight, you can either choose to play for immunity. If you are not feeling safe and you want to play for immunity tonight, you could play for immunity tonight. Or if you're feeling froggy and think you could survive the vote this go round and could play for future safety.
Is it future immunity or the present?
You can play for immunity this round, which means that this final 7 vote, you will be safe if you win immunity. Or you could take a risk and play for future safety. Now, what that means, nobody's going to know until after this round. So if you're taking that risk, if that is what you decide, you are to either text me right now, keep it a secret, if you want to play for immunity tonight, or play for a future safety, whatever that might mean.
Dang, we played that so beautifully.
Yes.
Didn't even care,
Yes.
dude.
Not even mad about that one.
So
Yeah.
you'll be playing for whatever you chose. We'll be playing a video game type deal. We'll
Oh,
have
no.
10 minutes to
Connection, man.
screenshot.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Did he ever say who had the highest score?
I think he did. I think he did.
Who had the highest score
I
between
think
everyone?
either I had the high score or
It was either between you or me, I think.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember that.
This is the most hated game by past players because it's laggy, it's terrible, it crashes,
It
it's
is
so
laggy.
annoying.
So
Yeah, because I think I had like one good round where I'm like fucking it up. Like I'm like, oh shit, yeah.
yeah,
But then
I had one
yeah.
really good round, and I was
Exactly.
like,
Like at first, I'm like, this shit is pissing me off because I kept crashing, and the phone. I think I was either using a phone or something or a computer. I'm like, this shit is, and I'm like, damn, like I gotta have like a good like run of it, and then I'll be
I
straight.
know, same.
That's why I was like, if I get a good run, I'm like, I know I figured I'm like, this probably ain't gonna be Susan's forte, but it's just like she probably might play good like phone games. So that's at the first I was
Right?
thinking.
Right. I played this game before though. It's been a
Yeah.
minute. But... Oh shit.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt like it.
Keep whoever chose the future twist a secret. I'm not revealing scores. I will just be saying tonight who won the immunity, from the people that played for immunity, because not everybody played for immunity tonight.
Oh, hold up. Did Emily get voted off last night?
That's all
Yeah.
shits.
Okay, I was just like, we're missing somebody, and then I was like, I wasn't here last night. What happened?
All right, the winner
like,
of
what?
immunity tonight, out of everybody that played for immunity tonight, was, of course, Dom.
Hey.
Of course.
Safe.
Yeah. David, how are you? I was looking at Rita's face and it looked like she said go down. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah. We keep safe one more round. I mean, I'm not gonna see what's going to happen next round.
He's a strong player. I'm not surprised. Like he's a strong player, but I mean, it is a little worrisome in the sense of like him being a top player, and I feel like he's got a lot of influence over Rita for sure.
Whoever won the future twist, that will be revealed if they survive.
My highest score was
Now, it's
545.
like, now Dom has another, immunity.
Right.
I don't know who I'm actually gonna vote out, but I think Rizzo kind of like did some weird trip, so I think maybe he's on my list for. Dom can't be voted out, so I'm gonna have to think of somebody. Yep. I know, he had it 3 times now.
He is
Yeah.
definitely a great competitor and somebody who, is saving his way to the end. Like everything that happened yesterday was just like, oh, hit me like a ton of bricks, and I don't even know why. It's like fun. It's like this, like jumping out of a plane, I think. But it's so crazy, So, I mean, he won immunity prayerfully, if the people that I'm working with still feel like there are other people on the board that we can vote, then that's how it's gonna go. But honestly, we're so close to the end of the game, I wouldn't be surprised if at any point they decide to vote me because maybe they feel like next to me, they can't win. I don't know.
Well, I do have that switch a vote, you know what I mean? So what shall we do with that?
You can't trust Briazo.
No, we can't now, you know what I mean? Not after, I didn't even understand that.
And then that was the other thing. He was like, and I told you, remember Ashley? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
You
Right.
he only told me because I told him because he came and was like, "What do you have? Do you have anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." Because like I'm working with you, so I'm gonna be honest with him. I'm like,
Right,
"Yeah." And he goes, "Well, what is it? Like, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to." And I'm like, "As a switcher vote." "Oh yes, okay, I'm gonna vote with them."
See, but then again, it was like she felt that he was against her, but in realization, he actually saved her
He
because
did. He like
even
if
one of
he
the
would have not
people,
did that, she would
yeah,
have been
she would have
blindsided.
been gone. Yeah, she would have been gone. And like, cause even one of the like someone like commented in like the one of the recent like comments and was like, why like Ashley was so hostile towards Riazo, and I was like, I didn't understand it either because it was like he literally did that to save you from elimination. Yeah,
Mhm.
you would have been gone. So I don't know
Mhm.
where that distrust came from all of a sudden. I think it
Yeah,
was just
yes,
because
exactly.
like it sounded like he was working with us too. So I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's how she took it.
Yeah, but
He's pouring you, and I'm like,
well, maybe it worked out. I mean, maybe he said, I mean, did it work out like that or?
that's exactly how the conversation went, which meant that he knew they were voting me.
Okay,
So I feel like if he was really working with us, he would have come into the conversation and said, "Hey, they're voting you. Is there anything that you have to save yourself?"
oh, okay, yeah, that might have been,
He
yeah,
kind of said that.
but who they're gonna vote?
I think he just worded it differently, and
So
I
I was gonna
think
say, I think he kind of worded it in a way that was like, Ashley, they're taking you out, but this is what I'm trying to do. And I think she took it as
yeah,
like
I
when he
think
said I'm voting for you, I think she took it personal, not heard him really was saying, hey, I'm only voting you because I know what their strategy
but
is.
see, that's the thing though, is like everybody has their own personality and
Hmm.
everyone articulates in a different way. And was Riazo a little sleazy and playing games? Yes, but
Yeah.
he ultimately did that to save her. And so
Hmm.
yeah, it was just like, who
Because
cares like how
he
he
played
worded
us.
it?
I think he was playing
He
us
played
very
us
well at that
more.
point. He played us
Yeah,
really. I'm like, damn, I really had trusted Riazzo till that. I was just like,
yeah.
nah, this fool can't be trusted. Because you're right. He's like, I'm lying to Dom, and I'm like, he really did lie to me like that.
Yeah,
I was telling him things where I'm like, damn, you know.
Tom or
exactly.
I mean, they'll probably vote for me again. They
Okay,
shot
so
last time. So
so then we have to figure out
it's
what
right.
how I'm gonna push the vote.
So do you think they'll be comfortable voting Riazo, or do you think they're going to want Rita gone? Because I don't care one way or the other.
You mean Mary and Tabitha? You mean? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe.
So yeah, so basically by the time we finish talking to each one of them, if they're giving us points about moving
Yeah,
Rita off instead, I'm down.
I'm down too. Then yeah, I am because I mean, it has to be coming. I mean, they got to be going down, and then Dawn would be the only one left over there, and then Rialdo would have to worry about him. Yeah. Everything I am probably listening to her too much, but it's got me this far since. But that doesn't mean I have to keep listening to her.
Sure, but I'm probably listening to her too much,
That's the
but
funniest thing. Susan kept saying that like every time, and it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have to doing everything, and I don't want to do that. That's the thing that always felt like that.
I know.
We're trying to figure out
Oh,
who would
Susan.
be the best one. Either she was saying, well, I said Rialdo, and then she said maybe Rita too. So like, it all depends on what you guys like. If you and Tabitha, we were all gonna try to just stay together and see how we felt about that, you know. And because Dom has the cat, he has the immunity, so that's. I guess we can just all decide, you know.
I'm wondering if Riazo does too, because he did he did one immunity once. So I'm
Really?
just wondering, because Rita technically hasn't won a challenge yet, but
Right. However,
but-
yeah, however you guys want to do it, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe Rialdo, he's got tricks up his sleeve all the time.
True.
Did Mary ever win a challenge or Tabitha
No, not that I
during
remember.
during the merge?
During the merge, no, because
Dang.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Damn, we really could have targeted Mary this entire time. I don't know why we didn't.
I think we just felt Mary was always just kind of be like, I don't know. I felt like the thing about Mary was just like she was quiet, but there was a part
Yeah.
of it felt like competition-wise, she wasn't the more threat. It was like as soon as we
Exactly,
got
yeah.
to the merger, it was just like my whole thing was like we got to get Ashley out. But then it's just like with Dara and them, it was just like shit. How do we trust anybody now? You know, so we don't know them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
think it's really a 50-50 anyway at this point, because don't
Yeah,
really
because-
know what they have right now.
Yeah, right.
Dom is more likely to protect Rita over Riaz. They have a very strong bond.
Yep,
Technically,
we
you
do.
could just pick one
Yeah.
and then see what happens and then possibly flip vote on the other. So like, we could vote for Riazo, but then like see like what are their other teams' votes like? And then may possibly can do a flip if it's needed on Rita, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes. Cause who do you think they're gonna vote for? Do you think they're gonna?
What's funny is Riazo was like, he made, like, there was a scene that's coming up, and he was like, I don't know why Rita played her advantage. And I'm like, bro, you really don't know why?
Yeah, because I think this is where Riazo starts getting so like back into his maze.
Yeah. But I'm like, they're literally orchestrating to get me out. And I'm like, you don't know why?
Yeah,
my
like yeah,
advantage-
it was understood. That's why I'm like, they gonna take one of us out. We gotta win,
Yeah.
and that's it. We knew exactly what was going down.
Exactly.
They're gonna try to. Emily was pushing Tabitha, so I think they're threatened by all of us. Honestly, they might try to come. for
Emily
me
was
again,
pushing
but
Tabitha? Was she?
What do you think?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when that happened.
It's
I don't
hard
know
to
either.
say. To be honest, it's hard to say right now.
We're down to the wire. We're down to the wire, and I think it's what's best for everyone's game at this point. We're down to the nitty gritty. I literally seen this vote coming, like not knowing what to do. Like that's what I was panicking about. Nobody likes situations where you don't know what to do.
Yeah, what happened was, they Rizzo or whatever voted Ashley out, and that was not like, we thought he was on our side or whatever, but yeah, so he like totally, like, yeah, he switched up, and then thank God Ashley had like a switch a vote or whatever, so she used that to save herself, actually, and that.
Wow, that's
turned around. Yeah, it turned around and then got Emily out because, well, Ashley probably can explain it better to you, but now we're tripping because we don't know where we should, you know what I mean? Now Rizzo's like, he kind of like is playing both sides, definitely. So we're kind of like, we don't know now who's gonna, Dom's got the advantage for tomorrow vote, you know what I mean? So we're just like, we were trying to figure out if it should be Rita or it should be Rizzo. We don't know.
Honestly, I'm surprised, and it sounds like Ashley and Rita have been battling, so I don't really know what to make of the situation. Yeah, 'cause I personally, like, I know for myself, I don't trust Dom. I think that, like, depending, because like he's tried to deflect it on you, and I've had conversations with Ashley, and Ashley's like, no, like you and I and Susan and Mary are.
That's funny that Tabitha never trusted you.
It's so crazy because I think that's because, and I think Ashley did a good job of like when they was like, who'd you vote for when I was the Dar thing? She's like, Dom voted for Tabitha, and I'm like, I never actually voted for Tabitha, and they kept trying to push that.
It comes out in this episode, so that shit was hilarious too. It's just like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, I can't see Susan voting me out, and if she did, I would feel very surprised with that. And so I was like, the only other person that I would leave is Dom. It's hard because I think the players that are still left, I'm still trying to figure out who is trustworthy right now. Like, I'm kind of still at a toss-up between either Susan and Dom, in terms of who voted me out with Muggsy and Dar, because I do still feel there's somebody that potentially voted me out with those other two. Where's your guys' heads at? Like, Dom's obviously safe. Are you guys like running up on Rita? Is that kind of like?
Well, Mary was saying Rizzo because he switched up on Ashley. I you know what I mean? But it would be either of those two, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, Rizzo's been cool to me all along, so I don't know. But I did see how he switched up on Ashley, and that's like, who knows what he would do now?
I don't know. Susan's like, she's still, even though she does want to work with me, like the conversation wasn't really clear for me. Like, I still feel like she's sketchy. It was just not like a clear channel for me where her head's like completely at. So who was kind of like on the chopping block last week before Emily? Like, where
I think it was.
like, where's your head at?
I think it was against Ashley. I mean, just because Susan and Ashley are pretty close. Ashley and I haven't just had been, to jail much.
Yeah.
I think it's just, and Mary's kind of quiet, right? Somebody's not telling us who also voted for you. When it was,
And that's what I'm still trying to figure out too.
exactly. I'm like, somebody's lying. Somebody's
Yeah.
not saying that, and it's just like, I think it was either Mary or Ashley. I just haven't had time to really connect with them. So,
Right.
or why are they not saying it? Well, someone is definitely gonna, it's like the film don't lie. The film won't lie once it's out. So
Yeah, and Mary, I feel that
Film don't lie, baby.
why she's super hard to read. So I'm like, I don't know if it was Mary, I don't know if it was Susan, but I do know like Muggsy and Dar were like without a doubt, they were working together and like for whatever reason, she targeted me and then that whole bullshit spiel the next day where she's like, oh, it was deliberate. I'm like, whatever, like.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, you can't go
I don't
that
understand her game plan on that, but I'm like, okay, like at the end of the day, like whatever. Mary, I don't really know where I stand with her. Like Ashley says that we're good, but again, based off of conversations that I've had with Mary, I don't really know where she stands. Like she's super quiet. She's so hard to read. I feel like I'm still good with Rita and I feel like I'm good with Ashley. So I kind of feel like I'm in between worlds right now. Yeah. And like, so how are you feeling about like Rita?
I think that's like the one thing I will do differently next time is like if I do decide to play this game, instead of like people like if someone like comes into the chat and is like, I don't know how this person feels about me, I'm gonna be like straight up and be like, well, why don't you ask them? Like, why don't you talk to them? Like why are you talking to me about this when I'm not the person?
Right. That's what and my thought was like, I think I would be a little bit more like, at first I think I was just like, let me play it kind of quiet to see how everybody
Yeah.
was. But like, because that's how like, Jason kind of came with that. And I'm like, does that kind
Yeah.
of put a target? But you're right. I think if you set the kind of the table early, then it kind of
Yeah.
just allows things to be like, okay.
Well, it's just like I don't look, I mean, I guess it's a little bit more direct, but it's just honest. Like, bro, like why aren't you asking the person? That's not being mean, but
Right.
like we're all adults here. Like just talk to them, have a conversation.
Exactly.
Rizzo, like where, because I know you guys were like originally like in that group, and
Me and
like,
Rita's
where are you
close.
guys?
I don't know if Rizzo's playing both sides. He's such a young kid. So I don't know. He was saying some
Young
things, but I
whippersnapper.
think he might be kind of double dipping. So
I think so too. I'm glad that you
I
brought
don't
that
know
up
what he
because
thinks, because that's what I'm saying. I was just because I felt like if I didn't win the challenge, I felt they was gonna try to vote me out. I knew I had to win. I knew they was gonna come for me. Shit. I knew it when our plan broke up, I was just like, so well, I'm gonna what? So, go home. And I don't know where you side with them, but I know that Susie comes out and is kind of random. I think he goes about what Ashley did.
So comical.
That's
I
if we
love
did
it.
that. It kind of makes this a very interesting vote. Because I think Rita has something she can play, so she can't be voted out. But then I don't know what then will be the choice. It's either switching Tabitha out, like trying to get Tabitha with us, and then maybe Rizzo will kind of come back. But I mean, he's kind of a wild boy.
like was that something that came from
Wow.
exile or?
I think that either exile or because she won a challenge. I'm not sure, but I think that can
Okay.
kind of keep that. But then it's just like, where does it go, right? Because Rizzo's kind of in the air. I don't know how you feel about them, but it's just like the vote. It's gonna be 7, right? 7 of us.
Yeah.
Okay. So then
Yeah.
it's just like, how do you figure out? You know what I'm saying? What's going to be the vote? That was a little bit all over the place a little bit. I think I was trying to kind of steer her into kind of leaning towards how the vote is. I think, what I'm saying, I think she was kind of mentioning Rizzo as far as kind of his, jumping in back and forth. So, I mean, Tabitha obviously has she's just kind of random. She's the most random person in the game next to Mary. So, I mean, I don't not trust her, but she's definitely someone I just kind of, she's just kind of floating the game, but she's not really like a big target for me at the same time.
Floating.
So I could see where the Muggsy Dar thing was happening. Kind of just kind of bouncing around.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, what's up? I know. I was like, I missed Thursdays. I was like, oh shit, I'm sure. It sounds like lots has happened. Like I was supposed to chat with you and then Emily got voted out. And I was like, what the hell's happening?
Right. So, like, I don't even know where to start. Riazo started like giving sketch vibes. We had me and you had kind of talked about like we weren't really sure. Like we felt like we even talked about we like handle him like he was a little innocent baby.
Yeah.
And, basically like your absence unleashed a terrible, and so we voted him, we gave him immunity, showing him we were all like working with him, right? He was still working with them. Whoever said in the beginning he was probably a spy was right.
Because I know Muggsy and Dar, like they were working together, right? And I talked to Dom, and somebody's lying because
Dude, that's crazy though. See, again, she kind of leaves off that part though that we all voted for her. And the only reason why she's there is because Riazo told her to use that swap a vote. Because she would have, I don't think, what do you think? Do you think she would have used it if he
I
didn't
don't think
do that?
I don't think she had any idea that the vote was going to be her.
She kind of just leaves that out too.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think
tipped her off.
Riazo, like, as much as she doesn't give him the credit, like you said, and
Yeah.
that is, he did put her with the warning.
Yeah,
And I
he
think
did.
he just got too caught into where he wanted to go. I think he really wanted to take us out. He definitely wanted to break us up, but I think he overplayed his hand.
Well,
with
he
how,
was, he even says it like at the end of this episode, like he was overly intimidated by me for whatever reason. I don't know if it's maybe because he thought I was like more social naturally, but like, yeah, he wanted to take out at least me and he didn't trust you. And then I don't know where the hell he felt with his other team, but yeah.
Yeah.
dropping Susan's name, and I'm like, because like you guys don't know that I'm as tight with them as like I am, and you guys don't know that. And so Dom's like, yeah, I don't know, man, somebody's lying, like it's Susan. And I'm like, I think you voted me out, and he's got immunity because he's somebody that I'm like, okay, it's Dom, it's between Dom and Rita for me right now. Riazo, I can tell that he's playing both sides. So I just talked to Dom, and Dom and I like I think he thinks that I'm on their team because he's like, yeah, I don't know. He name dropped you and he name dropped Mary. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
All they kept saying was Legend Strong because see, they had the 4 votes on me. I didn't realize how much Tabitha, I think, was also working. No, I did. When me and Mary went to the other team, I had my suspicions that Rita and Tabitha were going to be working very closely together because I had that
Right,
conversation with
because
Rita.
it was that you can trust Tabitha, you can trust Jason.
Yes.
Conversation.
And then all of it was all for naught.
And then all of it was just completely flipped. So of course Tabitha and I started talking because we had that initial conversation. But Tabitha was in a perfect spot though, because and she actually played it really well because she was like anytime anyone would talk to her on the screen, she wouldn't like talk too much about like what the other team was doing or thinking. And like
Yeah, she was. She was very
she
coy.
was like letting people vent, and then she was like kind of giving like her 2 cents like in a like slight way. It wasn't like in a full way. So like she was doing that like in a really like subtle way, in a good way.
That's why I said, I was like, she is randomist. Like she's not saying anything, but she's also kind of not giving anything too. That's why I'm just kind of like, she's not strong enough to be a threat, but she's also like a little bit higher than Mary. Like that's exactly how I felt. I was like, she's just a little bit more than Mary at the same time.
That's funny.
Well, me and Rita were okay. And so like Riazo said, we got along, so it wasn't surprising that they were working together.
I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told Susan is I'm tight, like not tight, but I'm on both boards right now. So Riazo, Emily, and Rita, I thought that I was working with them. Dom, I didn't know where his head was at because I didn't talk to him up until 2 days ago. And then there's like you, Mary, myself, and Susan. And so when I talked to Dom, his head's voting out Riazo. He's like on the fence. He's like, I don't know. I just like don't know if I can trust him. I think he's going back and forth, but I know he's also targeting Ashley and Mary. And Dom's like, yeah, I'm targeting Ashley and Mary. And I kind of tried to pivot that and was like, okay, let's like name drop Riazo. And I have a chat with Rita tonight as well. So they think I'm good with them, which works to my advantage in terms of like trying to save you guys if we can flip the votes and work and get one of them out.
I also wasn't surprised that Tabitha was working with them because when our team started, the Vigilantes, Tabitha kind of was working with Ty as well. So, that didn't come as a surprise to me. It does make the vote harder, however.
Because right now we have 4 on 3.
Exactly, because Riazo is not with us.
I don't think so. And I know Dom voted me. I'm so sure it's either him or Riazo.
Listen, it was definitely Dom,
It
and
was
because you know how the
Susan.
Jason thing went down, right?
Yeah.
They were already voting against Susan, and that's the whole thing. I believe Dom, because remember Rialzo and Dom were talking about working together.
Who is they? I've never voted for Susan up until this point.
It's so crazy because they get this so deep in their head, and I just laugh the whole time because I'm like,
I know.
that's why I'm glad I'm like the ball don't lie, and it's just like every time they kept asking about it, and Susan
Yeah.
was just like, well, why never said? I'm like, I kept saying I voted for Dara, and it's just like at that point I don't even know why I didn't say like Susan. Who did you vote
Right.
for? But Susan was so
Right.
random with what she was saying. She had
Right.
like pots and pans to like distract it all. So it was just funny to me.
Oh,
I
man.
thought it was Susan until I talked to you. I was like, I think either it was Susan or Dom that
Susan's been
voted
getting
me.
for Dom since
And Dom kept saying it was Susan. And now that I've talked to you and I know that Susan wants to work with me and you and Mary, I'm like, okay,
listen,
that to me makes
vote,
sense that he's full of
two on
shit.
Dom. It was 2 on Dom. That was Mary and Susan. Do I think that had she been here that week that it would have gone differently? Absolutely. She might have voted with them to send me home. Just because strategy, like I haven't made a lot of. I've been on the voting side of turning votes around, not intentionally, but I've been there. So one would say that that's a reason why they wouldn't want to sit next to me in the end.
So where's your head at going into this? Because Dom's safe, right? I'm thinking either Dom or Rita, and that's what I told Susan too.
Yeah, so Dom is safe. Obviously, I don't really care.
Or Riazzo, because I know Dom said he's gonna vote Riazzo, but I also don't trust him.
Exactly.
But I also know the two of them, like, it's hard to say, but I think Riazzo could go because he's like, yeah, he also switched on Ashley. He did say that. So he's like, he switched on Ashley, so I don't trust him. So I know Dom is gunning Riazzo. I don't know how I feel about keeping Susan on, and I know Ashley and her like working together, so I know that could probably stir things up. Interesting shift of things. It was like, holy shit, I left for like one night, and now it's just like things have completely changed. Like I was so surprised that Emily got voted.
Oh, were you not a part of that, or?
No, so yeah, that was like on Thursday. My flight had got bumped, and then I was like, okay, I was originally.
That's right. I originally thought Tabitha was a part of the Emily getting out.
Did you block even with the block of the Tabitha vote? I was just like, that was crazy to me.
That was because Riazzo fucking convinced me to block her vote for whatever reason.
Distraction from Riazzo was so.
Well, no, that was me just trying to like stretch out of like, hey, I'm gonna trust you. Like now it's time for you to like do something so we can trust you. And then he didn't do anything. So.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing, but
voting,
and that solidified it. So.
And my flight got changed. So by the time I got home, I messaged Nick and I was like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I can't make it. So yesterday when we came in, I'm like, wait, we're missing somebody. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, Tribal was last night. And I was like, well, we're missing somebody. And I was like, yeah, Emily went out. And I was like,
well, it was the blind side. Riazzo tricked me into blocking your vote because he said that you were a part of voting for whomever. And so, yeah. And then Emily got voted out. So someone like switched to vote and did something. Me and Dom were like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
And so like I talked to Dom, and just because I was like, he's really the only person I haven't talked to know like where his head's at or anything. And Riazzo, like, are you guys still like good with Riazzo? Like, I know it sounds like he's playing the fence potentially. That's at least what Dom feels is like.
I'm not. I'm just gonna tell him straight up I don't trust him at this point. So it's kind of gonna be kind of every man for themselves. Me and Dom wanted to see where you were at. Because Dom has immunity tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be able to be voted out. So it's gonna be between probably Riazzo, Susan, or maybe possibly you, because it seems like Ashley and Mary are pretty close.
That's what I feel.
They're not gonna vote for each other. So, and at this point, I feel like they're just using definitely Susan and Riazzo for pawns. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Like, so you feel this week I'm a target just based off of numbers, like from Ashley and
Well, I don't know because I don't know where their heads at. I just know that it seems like Ashley and Mary are pretty close. So
And I talked to Mary and
Quick,
she's
Rita,
very like.
do you feel like
but-
saying that to Tabitha, that kind of helped? Like, were you psychologically trying to put that into Tabitha's mind about Ashley, or did you just kind of just?
No, I was just like, honestly, I think it just woke her up because I don't think
Yeah.
she realized like how she fit in that triangle.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because like even like you can see Ashley second guessing her like,
Mm-hmm.
like moments ago where she's like, well, Tabitha might be working with Rita. And I didn't realize how close they were going to be. She was even working with Ty at one point. So she was like questioning that like trust between Tabitha. And I was like, girl, you better wake up because you were
Yeah.
not part of that. Like you like Mary and Ashley are literally like this. And
Mm-hmm.
they're not voting each other out.
Mhm.
So
And
I'm
Susan
like,
is the pawn that Ashley gets to kind of maneuver into.
yeah. I mean, whether they,
Truth.
I mean, it wasn't to be mean. It wasn't like I wasn't saying it in a mean way. It was just a logical standpoint. Like Riazzo and Susan were in the same predicament on their team that they would have been on our team because of the way that they played. And
Yeah.
so, and it is what it is. Like, but yeah, they were like little pawns. So
Mm-hmm.
but I think it woke Tabitha up, and especially during like the last of like we'll see like in this last scene, like when Tabitha is we're all talking about who voted Tabitha during that Muggsy vote, when it really kind of solidified that where it was just like oh, she didn't know she could actually trust that team anymore. And so I don't even I think it just woke her
So,
up.
like, I know Muggsy and Dar voted for me, and somebody's lying. I'm like, there was still a third vote on me, and nobody said anything.
Riazzo is pretty good at playing both sides, so
Well, I'm like, I feel like it was either Riazzo or potentially Susan. That's kind of where I'm like,
well, they're all mad at me because I did call out Susan and Ashley for orchestrating the whole vote with Jason because it was just kind of like needed to be called out. And so like they're mad at me, which is fine. They like Susan was like, you're showing your true colors, and I was like, whatever that means.
wow.
I'm literally just calling you out on what you did.
That was shade.
Bruh, she did.
Yeah, there was definitely this. It started like so the shades just started getting there.
That's when
at
it
this point.
started. Yeah, exactly. After Muggsy left.
Yeah, it was just like this shit gonna be there.
Oh man. Because here's like for me, it's like I have not switched up on my team. So regardless if Susan feels like she's not a part of like the team that we were originally on, I've not voted Susan. I have not voted Riazzo.
And talking to Dom and Rita, like I felt.
Or you, Tabitha.
I don't know. I kind of feel like the two of them working together and kind of like pushing everybody else out. I feel really good, like working with them is like an advantage. And just based off of some things that like Rita said to me, like I kind of feel like I can trust her. And I don't know, I kind of am surprised just to see and learn like firsthand Riazzo playing kind of both sides. So there's been a lot of interesting stuff floating around.
A lot
Like-
has happened. It's crazy.
No, and I saw that Emily was voted out. I was like, what? Like
That caught me so off guard. Yeah, Tabitha, she's like such a wild card, and I think everyone's a wild card. It's not just her. Like I'm stumped because I can't read. I'm not getting the same reads that I've been getting like the last 2-3 weeks.
He was
you know,
so
like,
nervous.
of course, I got the information that a lot of those advantages are out of the game, but at what cost? You feel me? I lost my good app. I actually genuinely trust like Emily. I like talked to her, I was working with her, so it kind of stings. And like when she was leaving, so she was like, "Damn, who like I don't know what the jury thinks of me, man."
yeah,
I'm
so like
really
what
hard.
happened with that whole thing?
I have no idea. Like I have to talk to Ashley tonight. I don't know. So here's what happened that round, right? I went to Ashley with information and I told her, you need to play your advantage tonight because the numbers that you think are with you, they're not. Like Rita, Dom, Emily, even Susan were thinking, and you weren't there as well. So people didn't know where your vote was. So that was like another number that we were missing, right? Because you were in Vegas. So I told Ashley, I said that you might need to play your swap tonight to stay in the game.
Man, I think there's so much stuff that's floating around. Like it was interesting to hear that Riazzo and Ashley are still kind of talking because I know how she feels about him and like there's been like misbroken trust and stuff. So I was really interested to hear that they were having a conversation. Where my head was at in the game last that we chatted was, it was you and I, Emily, and then Rita, right? And so if there was any votes that were on Emily, like it would have been on the other side. But I also know, like I thought from like things that I had heard that like Emily was also trying to like see where like Ashley's head was at, and I thought that like they were trying to like work together, and I don't know, like the whole thing seems weird. And
That's what I thought as well.
like after the whole thing with like Muggsy and Dar, when they went home, I know that like I know those 2 votes were on me. And then I know there was a 3rd vote, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
and I
right,
think that's Susan. I thought it was Susan.
fine. I was like, it's either Dom or Susan. That's what I felt. It was either one of those 2, because Dom was the only person I hadn't talked to. But
Yeah, but I'm gonna be real, like, you might be the only person in this game that I don't see like untrustworthy, because me and you haven't had any issues yet. Because I genuinely went to Ashley last round trying to save her, so you, Ashley, and Emily work together. like,
right,
moving forward. So Rita and Dom are in the game, and now like they know I'm not with them. Rita, Dom, and Ashley are still in the game. I need those 3 out. I think me and you have to stick together. I think we should probably take out one of the stronger players this round.
that's what I'm thinking too. Rizzo, I still feel I'm good with Rizzo, but I mean, at this point, like he could have formed connections with Dom and Rita. I don't know.
Dom and Rita, like if we really want to, here's what I'm thinking. I think next one-on-one, have you talked to Ashley yet tonight, or are you talking later to her?
Yeah, I talked to her earlier.
What'd she say? Because here's what I'm thinking. I think that before I even tell you what we all were talking about, I think that me, you, her, and Mary should just get together this round and vote one of them off, honestly. Rita or Susan. I'm preferably for me, Rita. Like, cause
Yeah.
Rita at the end of
Jay, can I tell you something? I talked to Rita before I talked to you, and Rita can't get voted out this week.
So why?
I don't know. There's something that she has that I can't, not something she got in exile, but something that she has. She can't get voted out this week. She flat out told me, dude, she's like, I can't get voted out this week. So
I made a mistake too, because listen, I'm not getting voted tonight either. When I won my challenge, I got a low safety token that's only good for this round. I made a mistake telling Rita last round. I was like,
okay, so KK, really important.
Bro fully on knew he was making up a fake idol at this point because he was so scared.
He was. That's what he started doing, and I'm like, you ain't got no damn idol. We know damn well you ain't no idol. And you already, that's the thing. I was just like,
I know
I'm like, even if they go, I didn't know, but I think we kind of talked about that. But I'm just like, if they want to vote for you, there's too much stuff not to vote against Riazo at the same time.
Right, yeah.
Because
But I feel like if I would have like stayed, they probably would have still voted me. They were talking about it, and like they were, because he was pushing that I'm like the stronger player. So I'm like,
Yeah. He had his angle.
he really did. He really did. Nope, shit. What did I do?
Deposit. Yes, Paul.
No.
Oh, this is the play.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh.
Oh, okay, there we go. I had it on a full screen. I was
Yep.
like, wait.
So Dom's coming after you and Rita's coming after you. So between you and I, like Rita can't get voted out. And like, how is that gonna change the game then? The only other people that are left is like Susan, Ashley.
You know what I'm gonna tell Rita tonight? I'm gonna tell Rita I'm playing my safety thing tomorrow at Tribal, because she already knows I have it, so might as well.
I wouldn't tell her, because actually then.
No,
then
I'm telling her. I'm gonna tell her straight up, because if she wants to,
That it really wouldn't have made a difference anyways. Like I don't
Honestly,
know.
he had made his bed, and he had to sleep tonight.
I was like, I don't know, like play your thing, bro, because I'm gonna play mine. Like
Exactly.
yeah.
And I know I'm not getting voted out, so they're not gonna vote against each other. So
Yeah.
I already know I'm safe tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm playing
God.
it regardless of if she says she's voting me or not. I'm playing it regardless. I think I lost the trust of Rita and Dom, even though I'm gonna explain to them later that I did vote with them, and I'm gonna bring up the swap, and I'm also gonna bring up that I have that immunity. I'm playing it tonight, apparently. So not tonight, tomorrow. So it's all a bluff, though. You know, I don't have shit. I just got the touchy tacky done.
He said it's all a
I'm
bluff.
happy, bro. I can talk to you. I just wanted to like clear things up because I don't want no ill will. You know, I don't. I feel like the game is going through like a personal trajectory, and I just like wanna. This is my opinion though, but you know,
Okay.
I'm trying to just keep it all gameplay. But how are you
But
feeling?
honestly, I'm glad that I'm so glad that you said that, because to piggyback off of literally what you just said, the reason I didn't vote Rita was because I didn't understand why you told me to vote Rita. Because as I was doing my calculations about how I felt about the people who I was going to vote for, Emily has always, like, on a personal level, I feel like Rita, yes, for some reason she doesn't like me, she's coming for me, whatever. But on a personal level, I don't have an issue with Rita. On a game level, I mean, on a personal level, I have no issue with anybody. On a game level, I had concerns about Emily.
And I understand that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I get that. And as you know, like obviously,
She said she didn't have any problems with me, but didn't she just call me cocky?
Yeah. And on a personal level, she definitely just is like, well, look, the legends were always trying to vote against Susan, like, so there was definitely like the angle to where it's just like,
Yeah, like, girl,
you don't really vibe with us, we know it. So it's just like,
yeah, it's
just keep it
okay.
100, like, exactly. Y'all definitely just had some words on us.
Yeah.
I just
I
think
didn't
that,
know. I didn't even get a chance to ask you how. That was one of the
Oh,
questions.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was,
no, yeah, I was
that was
close.
one of the things that I was going to ask you before everything was just thrown at me, and I was like, "Wait, what
Yeah.
is going on?"
I get that, but I just talked to Tabitha, like I cleared it up there, you know, we touched base. I did that. Oh, like I genuinely wanted to save you, and I genuinely thought you were going like to get votes. I feel like just the energy shifted. Like I felt in control, and now I'm feeling like I have to do a little bit more just to get back to comfortable. Rita is a scary player, and I promised to you, like I was trying to save you.
What was so scary about me, bro? Like, that's like my thing. Why was Riazo like gunning for me this entire time? Like, I need
I
like
think
a
he just. I think. Well, I mean, you got to think like when he was with us with Jason, it was very much like you and Jason was kind of directing the team, and I think just that
Mm,
part of it was kind of like, okay, there, the alliance part, the ability to be like the strength part. I think that's what it was with him. Like, and then when he went over to that team, it was just kind of like, okay, they still are there. So I think that's why he was kind of looking at it that way. Like,
mm.
there's a strength there because. Whether it's
But
Jason or
like,
I, we were always gonna kind of right there.
wouldn't you have wanted to use that like as part of your advantage, you know?
That's what
Like,
that's why I don't know why Riazo went so rogue because
yeah,
even if he could have got Emily right, which I think, like I said, Emily kind of believed too much in him, he could have
yeah,
then if he was thinking a little bit smarter, he could have been like, okay, I can then flip it with Emily still, and then even be able to control the other team because he didn't. I don't
yeah,
think he even realized that Ashley was so like more on her like emotion part of it,
yes,
like that's her
yeah,
energy, like it's
yeah,
more emotion than logic. So
yeah,
he misread how she was, and I think
yes.
that's what cost him anyway.
Yeah, she is logical, but she is more emotional.
Yeah,
And
she'll go with emotion, right? Because
when
logically, I
you
still don't think why she didn't. But even if she didn't vote for you, she
yeah,
didn't know I had the immunity, so she could have voted me out. And she was saying that to them because they all
yeah.
voted for me.
Yeah, I mean, even like with her being like logical, just her emotions was driving her. And
Mhm.
sometimes her
Mhm.
emotions were like paranoia and it was
Very
off. And,
much, yeah.
uh,
There was some anxiety there that she was just
yeah,
was very, very
yeah.
paranoid.
Last round, like I wanted to work with you, and I still want to. I still am working with you because Tabitha was like telling me you guys are like a little, like you're a little iffy if I'm still on board. But man, that was last round.
But I
Yeah.
no, like on a game level though, you're still not my target, you know?
No, yeah, but I get like I get where like that move coming in from you. Like obviously, like if I was in the same position, I would vote Emily as well. So
Yeah,
that's
and
a
that's
really
how-
good play.
Thank you.
And-
I was so scared. I was like, I don't know, 3 days.
No, I promise.
I
I'm
was
with
like,
you.
or maybe they're coming after me again this time.
I'm so
Oh my
scared.
God.
Rita's still in the game, and I know she's gunning Blaze after me. And Tabitha told me we can't vote Rita tonight. So
Why?
she has like apparently has an advantage.
So then why can't we just pretend like I'm still angry with you and we're voting you and instead
we could do that. But what if she plays it just because? That's
Then someone tipped her off.
I messed
somehow.
up last round. Did I tell you about
But see, that should have been the indicator right there. Hey, Ashley's not for me. Let me see if I can flip this vote and like let's flip it to vote Mary. Like I need to talk to Susan, I need to talk to Tabitha, I need to talk to Dom. Like that should have been his angle right there cuz like that would have solidified it cuz like look, like if you can't vote
Susan,
me,
and Susan was definitely saying, I'm tired of Ashley kind of telling me everything. So Riaza
yeah.
could have had Susan.
He could have flipped that because like that should have indicated right there who else are they gonna vote for at that point, you know? And I would
Yeah,
have been trying to
right,
flip
exactly.
votes.
Ding, ding, ding. They
Yeah.
can't vote for the two that they want to vote for.
I
So
know.
I told Rita first because I wanted Rita to get comfortable because I thought she was gonna be out of the game.
I
last
don't know
round.
what he
So
told
I
me
told her
because
this is what I had.
I'm like, he kept saying it this entire episode, and I'm like, what did you tell me, bro? Like, I don't remember him ever telling me.
cliffhanger.
And
Yeah.
I must have missed that conversation.
I had to like pick a choice. Like, so after my immunity win, right? Nick, my confession was like pick a number 1 through 3, and one of them has an advantage, and I picked the right one. So it's like it's a little safety coin that's only good until this round. So I think I might just tell Rita straight up I'm playing it, so they don't, so I don't even have to use it. But we'll see.
Oh my God. Okay.
So who are you down to vote? Because we only have a minute left. Just tell me a name and I'm good.
What are the options? You're saying
I was thinking, I told Tabitha, like, it sucks, but what if we voted Susan? I mean, I think that I could get Rita and Dom on board too, and it could just be an easy vote, hopefully, but I don't know. Let's just say if I survive this vote, I need a pat on the back.
Yeah. So I just spoke with Tabitha.
Yes.
So she might be. Huh?
I had talked to her
We'll
earlier.
skip our conversation because
What
it's
did-
irrelevant.
what did you guys
We're
talk?
not.
It's basically kind of, I've said it's Susan, Mary.
Say it to where it makes any.
So the Rizzo's kind of on the men's, but I feel like we can kind of still kind of guide him.
What's that?
No, we can skip it because I think I think our conversation is mainly about like
Thank you.
we kind of know what these fools is
On
doing.
what?
Exactly.
And you tricking Dom and I, man. You guys played a
Hold
good
on.
Oh wait, yeah.
game.
I was kind of a little
thinking.
butt.
I think she might think Rizzo, but I told her I'm gonna talk to Rizzo so we can kind of manage that part.
I know people are gunning for me and I know I'll be safe tonight, but I probably won't be safe in the future.
Congratulations
Thank you. On what?
on you tricking Dom and I, man. You guys
Funny how
played-
you say congratulations.
Hold
Because I'm
on.
like, what do you think?
That's not.
That's funny. Congratulations. You tricked us.
You tricked us.
I promise you, whatever you think is not the case. Like, what do you think happened last round?
I mean, someone did a switch a vote. So regardless on who
I
was
promise
involved-
to you, I voted Ashley. Like 100%.
Well, I did too. So someone did a switch a vote.
There was a swap.
But so I'm like very on the fence with you. I'm not gonna lie, because it does seem like you've been playing both sides.
Yeah.
It's not to say that I won't trust you in the future, but I just don't know right now. But I do want to let you know, Dom has immunity, and then I
You do as
have.
well. Yep.
What's that?
You have immunity as well. I know.
It's not an immunity. It's a I'm gonna be out, so I won't be able to vote, but you guys won't be able to vote me.
Oh, okay. So it's safety without power.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be playing that next round, and so I just want you to keep in mind that Ashley and Mary are playing you and Susan as pawns until they get rid of you guys. So this next round, it's either going to.
What if you don't play it? We vote together.
Bro, I was so straight up with people. Like,
It's like, yo, the writing's on the wall, Riazo. You got to go walk the plank. That's exactly what it sounded like. This is the Titanic. And he was like, get ready for the ship to fall.
I was like, I mean, what's the point of just keep saying quiet about it? Like, listen, this is
Yeah.
how it's going
It's
right
like-
now.
Riazo, listen. This is so-
What's that?
Yeah, and then Riazzo's angle right here. He was just like, he really thought he was gonna be able to get you to be like, "No, I'm not gonna play it."
Yeah,
It's like,
no, bro.
and I think, and then maybe the Tabitha. I think for you with that Tabitha thing, you were definitely not believing anything that he was about to be saying.
Nope, not at all.
My safety coin, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think Riazzo might be pulling what he pulled on Emily with me, but it's not gonna work for me to use my advantage, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all playing safety.
But my thing expires this round, so I have to play it anyways.
I mean, I'm gonna play it because next round, if I don't play it, I may not be here. So if I do play it, because it's like, I know Susan doesn't trust me after I called her out. which
Ashley
is
doesn't.
fine.
Ashley and Susan are like the two that, are gun blazing after you. Like I have Rita. Like I have no, issue in the game with anybody. I think everyone's like great people.
I mean, well,
but
here's
I
the
just wish you
deal.
could trust me a little bit, man. Damn.
Bruh, wish you could trust us a little bit. What you mean, Riazzo?
Right.
So regardless if Susan does not trust me, I have not once voted for her.
Yeah.
I've not once voted for you.
Mhm.
I've only
Okay, so let's get to
voted
the
for
vote.
like
Yeah, let's get to that.
The vote of it.
It'd be on them since they're all four very close, or the people that are gonna be voted out are very close, so that they're gonna have to determine that. And it'll be interesting to see who they vote out since they are all very loyal to each other.
Mm.
Rita is having issues, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll see. Now,
having
some of the jury is watching tonight. You can say hi, but they can't say hi back, I'm sure.
Oh, what up, Jerry?
Muggsy's probably giving middle fingers as.
Jerry Muggsy, hey.
I guess we'll start with you, Susan. How are you feeling after last week's vote? Went a little wild, a little chaotic. How do you feel after last week?
It was quite different. I mean, I don't know really what happened. I don't know. All I know is I voted for Dom. Dom knows it. I keep saying I'm voted for Dom, and I did.
Dom, how are you feeling after last week's vote?
I mean, last week was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like that was nuts, you know what I'm saying? So that was like every show there's like that twist. And with the suspense music comes in, that was last week. It was a loss for words for all that switch. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to be great to watch it back when everything gets done. But yeah.
Let's move on to you, Ashley. How are you feeling after last week's vote?
Oh, man.
I was shooketh.
Sugar.
I mean, just 4 votes on the one person. It was like shocking.
Riazzo, after last week's vote, how do you feel about this week?
Man, this week is very uncertain. I don't know. I feel puzzled, honestly. I'm thinking about maybe playing something tonight just because I don't know what's going on. Like I have no idea. So it's just like we'll see, we'll see.
How has the playing catch up being gone the last vote? How has that been for you? How are you waiting through everything you missed?
I'm shocked. Like, honestly, just some of the chats that I've had, I was surprised to see what had actually went down. And I'm like, at this point, I don't fucking trust anybody. I think there's a lot of people that are lying. I think there's a lot of people that are talking shit. And coming back into this, it's like, it's any man's game. And I think it's just like every man for himself at this point. I think that.
I don't trust nobody.
Tabitha went real wrong right there. Because she had been talking to everybody, and she was playing a little bit like you said. Like Ashley and her kind of said that, and then she was kind of, telling me whatever I wanted to hear, and then she was talking to Riazzo.
She was.
So
I think she was projecting a little bit there too, because she was like telling certain people certain things during certain conversations. And did you hear between when her and I had our conversation, how she was telling Ashley and then Riazzo, I think, and then Mary and Susan at one point. No, I'm sorry. I think maybe it was just Riazzo and definitely Ashley, but she thought that you or Susan voted for her, but she didn't tell me that.
She didn't.
Yeah.
She told Riazzo that she thought it was She didn't. Yeah, then she was thinking it was Susan, but then with
Yeah.
Ashley, she's like, "I'm 100% sure it's Dom," and it's just like, and Ashley's like, "No, it is Dom," and it's just like, "No, y'all are wrong.
Guys
It's
are
Susan
off.
the whole time."
Yeah, I know. That shit
Yeah,
was funny
it's
though.
shocking, and I don't know how tonight's gonna go down, but at this point, nothing else needs to amaze me.
Well, Dom, I know you feel safe winning your third immunity out of the last 4 at the merge, right?
Yeah, like I said, for me, everything I'm thinking is like, it's when I go home, you know? I like it every challenge like that, especially like,
No, my connection was
So-
so off.
just gotta keep winning, you know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game.
Tabitha, what do you feel like your position is on this tribe now?
Honestly, I don't know. I've had a lot of interesting conversations, and again, there's things that have been said to me. There's things that I feel that are not being said. I don't know. There's like a part of me that feels safe, but there's also a part of me that there's been some things that have been brought to my attention that have raised a lot of questions.
How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm good. I'm always good. Come on.
So you're feeling nice and safe tonight?
I mean, even if I wasn't feeling safe, it's a game, and I'm not gonna make it easy for someone, so.
Susan, how are you feeling about things?
How I felt.
I love the way Rita's always so happy. It's like she's always laughing and she's always happy. I'm feeling okay. I mean, if I don't know, like, let's see, whatever happens. I mean, it's a game, yeah, right? It's a game.
Riazo, why are you shaking your head?
I feel like no one's like being very direct this round. It's like a lot of animosity in the air, and yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what animosity was he talking
I know
about.
just be saying things. Remember, he was like, "Hey guys, everybody, calm down," and Mugsy was like, "Shut up, Riazo." Like that's how Riazo's like. He'll just like see something and he'll like throw some fireworks somewhere.
Well, I think it was just because like he felt it switch after everyone stopped trusting him, because that was like, who's been feeling animosity here? Like,
I think he got too caught into his own maze to where he can direct himself out of it, and now he realized with Ashley he wasn't getting back on her graces, and he know he had lost ours. So
oh yeah, but that was funny.
Like very not alarming, but it might be alarming next round when I'm, not safe. You feel me? So it's like strange, but
He was feeling that paranoia.
Like, what's really happening?
Oh yeah, it was very easy to see that.
Still attention in the air, and no attention coming from I see, and that's the thing that makes me concerned, because the fact that I don't feel all the tension and all these things that are being said, I'm wondering who's saying them and who are they being said about? Where are they coming from? What's the validity behind them?
Yeah, I think it just varies like person to person, the tension levels and who's like seeing what, because there is a lot of information in the game that people don't know about, and there's a lot of information in the game that I might not know about, or like Dom might not know about. So the stress levels and like the alertness like might be different for some people. Like someone's blankets might be going off tonight, while someone might be just feeling good because they're.
Well, listen, for me.
Lots of scheming last time to finish the question that was asked of me. I definitely seen a lot of scheming before the last vote, which is why everything went down the way it went. Because
like for me, I feel like I've like said my truth, and if like people have any animosity towards me, then they could say it. It's not going to offend me, and I already know I'm a target.
Honestly, if we're being honest, if you were my target, it would have been you instead of Emily. Just saying.
Yeah, it's really random one.
So that's the whole point. Like wherever this animosity is coming from, I actually has nothing to do with tension or animosity.
Who voted for Tabitha? Just the third person who voted for Tabitha. Like somebody.
Who actually voted for Tabitha?
Who voted for Tabitha?
Right there, bam.
Wait.
Anybody want to volunteer?
Somebody say that shit. That's just been on my head.
We needed to bust this out because I knew that they were saying I voted for her. I'm like, no, we need to get this shit to the record.
Okay, I know Muggsy voted me, and I know Dar voted me. And there's been talk that Susan voted me, and there's been talk that Dom's voted me, and there's been talk that Rizo's playing both sides, and there's been a whole shitload of talk
I vote for Dom every time. He knows it.
Somebody's lying because, yeah,
You guys know we're gonna run it back.
yeah, we missed to vote, and I'm with Rita. If somebody has to say something, like, it's all good, but at the end of the day, we're like doing this right now.
Tribal is winding.
What'd you say?
I said Susan the whole time knowing she voted for Tabitha. Just sitting there just like,
I wonder if she just didn't like think about the Muggsy vote because they didn't really say that yet. They were just like who voted for Tabitha. But because I think in all the other times she did vote for you, right? It was just that vote that she voted
yeah,
for.
I was gonna say, yeah, at that vote, she definitely didn't vote for me that time. I don't think she could. I don't remember.
And Rita Solaggi, I don't know if she's still using an advantage tonight, so she's
Yes.
going to have. Okay.
I am using
So
an advantage.
Maggie.
All right, Rita does have the safety without power advantage, which means she is leading tribal. She will not get to vote, but you also cannot vote Rita out.
So Tabitha,
Yeah.
really not be voting you, because I have never voted for you.
Nope.
For now, Rita, you must leave.
Maybe I should use my advantage, maybe.
Well, I don't know what advantage you have, but if you have it, I don't think you're using it at the moment. Any last?
Duh, what was that laugh, bro?
I'm trying to remember. What happened? What happened?
I don't know. That laugh was like
that wasn't my giggity laugh. It must have been on that swag. I don't remember.
that shit was funny.
Because the vote is coming.
I just wanted to ask Tabitha, who do you like personally, just you, like completely open, who do you think voted for you that round? Just like not, like who do you think that third vote was?
In the Muggsy round.
Oh, with Dar and Muggsy.
Uh-huh.
There's two people, but now I'm like, there could potentially be one more, but there's two people that it's like, between two people, it's like, it was Susan, it was Dom, and then your name's also been floating around me right now, Rizzo, but like, I don't know, but I know somebody's lying, but.
I just wanted to know that before the vote.
Vote for Ashley.
Yeah,
Competition
they're
wise,
in that
she's
pot.
one of the stronger players. And I think she actually has a good hold on Mary and Susan.
I sadly vote Riazo because at this point, I can't trust him and Rita's gone, Dom has immunity, and I can't bring myself to say the other four ladies' names.
I'm gonna vote for Ashley just because I have to. I have no other option. Like, I'm hoping that Dom plays something maybe because like it made no sense for Rita to leave travel tonight if she wanted to vote with me and Dom. So I'm hoping there's an extra vote. I know that Susan will lose her spot to vote.
Yes, Riazo. Yes, it did.
So yeah, I'm voting Ashley. It's nothing personal.
I'm still voting for Riazo, and because, well, the reason being that he feels like he's playing both sides.
Okay, Tabitha, because I know she's gonna vote for me, and I know Dom is too, so, and she said she doesn't trust anybody now, so that's why.
I feel like we were
so
good until now, but yeah, just after.
I voted for Tabitha. Susan was so random.
Bro.
But you see, Riazo, you're right. Riazo could have came to us with that. Because
I'm
then we could have had
I'm telling you, because like, where did that come from all of a sudden?
Susan was just like, Susan must have felt the energy of knowing that she voted for Tabitha. She's like, fuck it, I'll vote for her again. It had to be that.
She's like, oh, this causes stir. I'm gonna do it again.
Like, I can't vote for Dom, but I like Riazo, and Ashley kind of just tells me stuff. I'm voting for Tabitha. Like, wow.
That made me laugh so hard.
Conversations.
All right, I have the results. If anybody has an advantage and wants to use it, now would be the time to do so.
Anyone want to go before I say something? No. Nick, you know, I have 2 more rounds to use this thing. And I'm hoping that I can just trust
Connection.
who I think told me the truth this round. So I'm gonna save it for next round, but let's see.
First vote.
Did he have any?
Is
Didn't have shit.
for Ashley.
What was that?
Next vote is for Riaz. Next vote is for Tabitha. Next vote is for Ashley. Next vote is for Riaz. 1 vote left. The next player voted out by Wildlands Rebel 4 is Riaza. Riaza, you have been voted. Riaza, what are you?
Dom, why did you react that way? Were you thinking he was gonna play something?
He was gonna play some because he kept saying it. That's why I was just like,
Okay.
fool, we done had Dar, we done had Emily, like, play your thing. Like, I know me and you was playing it, but I'm like, he
I
kept talking
know.
about it to the point where it's just like,
You
that's
thought
my
he had
reaction was just
something?
like that. I'm like, if he had it, but it's just like, I just
Yeah.
like, but I was like, when he won, but I thought maybe he could have had something when he had switched the teams at the same time.
I thought he did have something.
I thought he did have something at that point, though. That's why I'm just like,
Mm.
it wasn't so far fetched that he was just bullshitting because he left the team
Right.
and he won a challenge.
Yeah, I could have sworn he did win something at the beginning, and I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at that, but
Yeah.
Riazo, before you say, well, you can say your last words, but don't leave quite yet.
Okay. You guys are all great players. It was so fun to play with you guys. I had a blast. No hard feelings, nothing personal at all. It's all gameplay. And yeah, just thank you for the experience. It was so nice to meet all of you guys. Can't wait to vote for one of you guys at the end to win, for sure.
All right, Riazo, you can actually stay and watch because the night is not over.
Oh, it's double.
The night is indeed a double elimination. We are about to win an immunity right here, right now. So I need everybody to please grab some pen and paper.
Dude, I don't even remember this part.
Remember in the last
What in the fuck?
bro, I didn't even get to play this game. I was so sad.
You didn't get to play this shit? What
No,
the
because
fuck?
I was lagging the entire
Oh,
time.
damn.
I know.
to either play for that immunity or play for a future safety. Most people played for that immunity, but a couple people did play for this future safety. That person will be automatically safe.
I can't hear anything.
But I'm not gonna say who that is until after. You have to try and be in the majority of who the question, the answer is. So say I were to say, who do you like the most? And they all said Dom. Then if Dom is the majority, then everybody would get a point. Whoever is in the majority does indeed get a point. It's not looking good for Rita in this challenge. We are gonna have to begin without her, I suppose. Which of the 6 players has yet to live up to their full potential? Please show your answers now.
I mean, if I got
Rita, Susan.
Susan, Mary, you didn't answer on time. Susan, you're the majority,
Mary
so
didn't
Tabitha,
answer on
Dom,
time.
Mary will get a point.
Oh, Mary did answer that.
Which of the 6 is
the Wi-Fi issues.
Don't be judging me.
Oh, gosh.
Dom, Ashley, Dom, Susan.
Susan. It's a tie, nobody gets a point. Out of
That's annoying.
the 6, who would you hate to see win the game the most? That would be
Oh, gosh.
Mary says.
All right, please show me your answers.
Brett.
Dom.
I love how it was all Dom, but
I knew that
Mary
because I
had,
was like, you don't want to see me win. I'm winning too much.
I know, but then Mary had me, and I was like, what?
Yeah, because Mary, like you said, she was throwing that shade.
I know.
And look at the way Susan wrote it, though.
I know.
You're married. Damn, Dom.
Hey, I mean, if you win 3 challenges in a row, I mean,
Wi-Fi fucking
Who out of the
issues.
6 left has the best chance of winning the game? Dom, Mary, Ashley, Dom. That's a tie. Nobody gets a point. Who out of the
Oh.
6 does not deserve to still be in the game?
Oh shit! This is who the fuck did we say with this one? I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah, okay.
This is spicy. Mary.
This is where it gets spicy right there.
Please show your answers.
This is not how I feel about any point.
Susan. Susan.
Okay, wait. Tabitha said Susan. Susan said Dom. Ashley said Susan. Dom, you said who?
No, I think I said Susan. I don't. I started like
Susan.
erasing.
You said Susan.
I did say Susan.
And Mary said me.
Then she was on you. So that's Susan then. Oh shit.
Mary was on me. I was like,
Yeah, like yo, I
okay.
don't even. Then that's when Mary was like, "Whoa, she got a little spice there." But then
I
Mary kind of.
know.
Your answer, Susan?
I know, because it was like, it's funny because like I never talked to her like really. up
Yeah, I was
until
saying I don't remember
this
seeing
point.
no one-on-ones or shack chats with you and her.
I think it's just probably because I called out like Ashley and Susan.
Mhm.
And she probably like wasn't okay with that because she's not really that great at confrontation. So because the way that she didn't like when Muggsy called out people.
And look at that's so funny though. Susan doesn't notice that Ashley be saying everything about Susan right here, and it's just like Susan, Ashley is dragging you, knowing that.
For real, bro. For
Look at
real.
her, like.
I know.
Tabitha, Dom, Ashley get points.
Dom 3, Tabitha 3.
All right, next question. Who out of the 6 is the best strategist?
Ashley.
Please show your
Ashley for sure.
Yeah.
Mary, Ashley, Susan, Ashley. It looks like Ashley is the majority. Who out of the 6 is the most emotional? Please show your answer.
Ashley is.
Yeah, everyone said Ashley.
Even Ashley though, her ass is emotional.
Ashley, Susan.
No, why would you say Tabitha?
Who said Tabitha?
You said Tabitha.
Yeah, I did. Damn, that's why I fucked
Yeah.
up.
This time, Susan, Ashley, and Mary.
That's funny.
Next question. Who out of the 6 is the most gullible?
I'm voting for myself here.
Mary, Ashley, Susan. You didn't answer, Susan.
Myself.
Okay,
Susan.
that is a point for Susan, Tabitha, Dom. Who out of the 6 has the biggest ego? Please show your answers.
Dom.
Dom. Everybody says Dom.
Oh man, how did you feel about that?
Well, I mean, that's the funniest thing because I know that with women especially, I'm just like they're definitely gonna feel like I'm on like this ego trip. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that shit is easy for me to pull out. And the funny thing is like, it's just like with the votes going that way, I'm just like, listen, if they say it, they'll know that I'm damn near about to win again. So it's almost like they psychologically, I'm just like, I gotta just say it anyway.
I gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
They pushed you to it.
They push it to.
Community for the 4th out of 5th time at merge. The vote is probably about to get interesting because the person who took the risk and won the points was Rita. So Rita is also safe. Dom.
Did you win this, Rita? How did that?
Not vote for Dom.
No, I think I won the last helicopter one. So remember, you won the first. You won the first round. I won the second round, and then you won this game. So we couldn't vote each we voted out. Yeah.
And we kicked that ass. That's
I
crazy.
know.
Yeah, because I think after this, I'm thinking, shit. This is Rita, but when he said that, I was just, I just had a piece
I
of
know,
mind,
because I was like, this was such a blur to me. I was like, I don't know how we like got through all of this. Like, to be honest.
Because with the numbers dwindling, it was just kind of like, shit.
Yeah. But now we know. No, we want
We will
those
still be voting
games.
via text. Everybody else, we can discuss this quickly. But I will need your vote via text in the next few minutes.
We're getting there now.
It is getting big, and I felt like that last week, the vote before that. We got
Yeah, exactly. Rizzo, I can't believe he didn't do this. Like for him, darn, like that's gonna be the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, how you got a card and you're like, I'm not gonna play. Who wants to have it? Can I just say that? Who wants to have it? Somebody say that.
You got
Stop. He's like, who voted for Tabitha? Can I
Yeah,
just
because
not?
I'm like, y'all keep bullshitting, and now
Well,
Rihanna
yeah, it was like it was being dodged the entire time.
dodged the whole
Like,
time.
like
Dodged the
why
whole
was it?
time.
It was the anticipation of not saying it was making it worse. It was like, bro, just
Yes.
fucking say it. Like,
Just
who
say the
cares?
shit. And the fact that I was the one that they kept saying, I'm just like, say that shit. Because I'm like, I
Yeah,
told you the whole time I didn't vote for
right.
Tabitha.
Exactly.
And
Because
at
yeah,
that point, I'm
I'm
like,
like,
I got to try to swing Tabitha anyway. Because I'm like, who's going to vote now? Because I'm like, they got to vote
yeah,
for each other now.
exactly.
And they can't vote for us. So it's just like, who,
You voted for me.
yeah, last round. Who's
We have voted for the last round. That's exactly.
So something that I just want to say is like Dom had immunity. So Susan saying that like she kept voting for Dom and like Ashley had conversations and Mary, like we've only had like a handful of conversations. So it's either like Mary or Susan, but I don't know. Like, yeah, I think that's bullshit. Cause yeah, how can you vote for Dom if he's had immunity? Like it just doesn't,
yeah.
you know, and I've not talked to Susan. So I mean, I don't know to get that she's in with Ashley.
Barbecue chicken right there.
She
Susan
was
got her ass
adding-
caught up. I voted for Dom every time. Well, actually, you couldn't vote for me that time. So, ding, ding, ding.
She was adding it up so quick.
Yeah, that's when her mind started going right there.
Oh man.
I still feel like it could potentially be Susan. I don't know. I'm confused. But after what Riaza said to me in tribal, now I'm like, you know, did he vote me?
For like 10
Then did you vote me? Because Dom had immunity, so you couldn't vote for Dom. So if you voted for me, it's all good. I just want to know. I'm just curious now that we're at the end.
I did the last time, yeah. After you
Yeah,
said.
so you lied.
Somebody. I didn't lie, I just told you I voted for you.
She's saying the last. No, Susan, she wants to know about the Muggsy vote.
This is the first time you said that you voted me out, and you told me that you voted Dom out, and Dom said,
The Muggsy vote though? Susan, you voted for her for the Muggsy vote?
yeah, Susan kept saying she voted for Dom, and there you go. Like you voted me out, and you lied.
In this last vote.
How could I vote?
Ah, that shit was so hilarious to me. That shit was.
Like you need to contain.
I couldn't even contain my laughter with that shit because I was just like, this shit now is getting spicy.
Breaking your fucking camera.
That shit was hilarious because I'm like, nah, y'all caught up now because look at this shit.
Oh shit, that was funny.
When Dom had immunity.
Exactly, Dom had immunity, and you kept saying in the last round, you kept saying that you kept voting for Dom, and Dom had immunity, so Dom
I
couldn't be
voted
voted
for
out.
Dom every other time, and then I just voted for you again, so.
Dom had
This is the
Dom
thing, I
had
voted for you
immunity 3
again.
times.
Yeah,
So
I know.
he couldn't be voted out. So who did you vote last round, and who did you vote?
Right now, I just voted for you 3 times now.
Okay, so you lied. So
Well, yeah, I didn't say anything. I never said anything.
I didn't lie. I just didn't
you
say
said
anything.
the last round that you kept voting for Dom, and Dom was asking.
How would I have voted for Dom when he had immunity?
Exactly, but that's what you said last round. And in conversations with Ashley and Mary, you flat out told me to my face that you wanted to work with me, and this whole entire time you voted me out.
How do you? It's called survivor.
There's my vote.
Survive.
Nick, there's my vote. I'm voting Susan because she.
I just voted you too, so that's all good.
Oh,
This one got spicy.
damn.
This is wow.
Damn.
I'm eating this shit up. And look, Ashley don't even know what to do. She's just like, I'm losing.
She's like, I know she's like talking about our team, but she's like, oh shit.
Yeah, look at we are allowed to talk about how they're on. Look at your team. The vigilantes seem to be actually vigilantes for real.
No.
Because y'all are switching it up.
Not to come be attacked.
Oh,
I already sent it back, Jen.
oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be texting? Oh,
Yeah, let me get my phone.
I'm sorry.
Well, Dom, I appreciate your honesty because, yeah, a lot of people told me that for sure it was you that voted me
No,
out.
that's
Like,
what I'm saying.
we had conversations and I never talked to you. And I was like, it's either Susan then or it's Mary. I was like, it could be Dom, but I don't think so. But,
My take is,
I definitely thought it was Dom for sure. I'm not even gonna say I didn't. I definitely thought, because Dom was already teaming with me.
well, it's interesting because now the truth comes out of like who you can and cannot trust.
It's a game.
Oh, no, yeah, it is. But that's why I'm just curious, like, why it was even a big deal to say it. But Dom had immunity, so I knew it was either you or Dom that was lying.
We gotta move on to the vote. Please vote via text.
The fuck do we take out right now?
Bruh, you fucking voted for Susan. That's why Ashley didn't get out.
I did switch to change
Whoa,
sounds.
so Cher switched to Ashley. I voted for Ashley. You, Mary, and Ashley voted for Susan. Or yeah, because she switched Tabitha's vote. So yeah,
So who gets out right now?
First vote
Susan.
is for Susan. The next vote is for Tabitha.
Yeah, I didn't. We would have enough votes to take out Ashley. Shit.
For Ash.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I think I voted Susan because I felt with Tabitha saying what she said. There was no way Ashley was going to be able to get out.
For Ashley. The next vote is for Susan. With one vote left. Let's go to the next player. Watching Riazo and Emily's faces is killing me right now. The next vote is for Susan. Susan, you have been voted out.
Dang.
Final words.
Nope, see you at the end.
It's crazy. I thought Susan got way farther than that.
No, dude. Yeah, no, because she was the next vote out. So Ashley, Mary, and you voted for Susan. Susan voted for Tabitha.
Look at CC. Look at Susan. Ashley was damn near. See.
Yeah,
Tabitha-
because the two people left on her team were her original people on her team. So, like, Tabitha was originally on Vigilantes. Mary was originally on Vigilantes. So, but yeah, so I voted for Ashley. Tabitha voted for Susan, but Susan changed Tabitha's vote to Ashley. So, yeah, like if there was one more person that would have voted Ashley, she would have been out instead of Susan. But all that whole like thing, I think, triggered it.
Triggered it to be like we caught Susan in the trap, and so
I
for me that
know.
was just kind of like, and in a way it was just like to solidify Tabitha kind of coming to us. And I
Yep.
think that's, and I think Ashley and them was just like, well, shit. Ashley and Mary
Yep.
probably felt at that moment like Susan
Oh,
kind of
fuck.
is the pawn we already needed anyway. And she was
Mhm.
never part of their team. And even Susan kept saying, oh, I'm kind of listening to Ashley too much. And it's like, yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah, watch this next scene is so funny. It's with the jury now.
Okay, yeah.
I don't even know. Like, I you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like,
I think he was fishing for information.
I think that's like the
Wait, Tabitha.
Tabitha's, I even feel like now with the whole Susan thing, I feel like me and Tabitha have a good relationship.
Yeah, girl, you're on the chopping block.
Hello.
Hi.
You voted against me, Riazo. Admit it.
I'm excited to converse with my fellow jurors and figure out,
Oh,
who
poor Emily.
played the best game.
I was too hard on Dom a little bit, I'll admit.
Mary's making moves.
Okay, yeah.
In her. That's big.
You can
See?
be Mary.
don't
You know,
even
that could be an argument point of like Mary, no one's talking about Mary. She's not on anyone's radar, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, she's not on anyone's radar for a reason, because what has she done?
Emily. What has she done?
Emily, yeah, right. She said that with like, she was definitely for the spice of Mary a little bit, but
I
Mary does have some
know.
spice that you just don't recognize.
I know. So we'll go through some of the comments really quick of this current video before we close it up here, because some of these comments are
They did a reaction video today, right?
yes, they're
Yeah.
I think they're doing it right now, actually.
Yeah. I wonder what our girl gonna say about Susan, because she be going in on her.
I know,
She be having me cracking out.
Man, it was a crazy episode.
It was.
So someone said, always hard to watch the demise of two entertaining players. And then Susan, you had the right idea, but I'm not mad at this outcome whatsoever. And then someone commented and said, I'm tight. Riazzo leaving was bad. Oh, that was the wrong. Oh, I think someone, I don't know what that was. And then Emily said, spoiler from this episode, Susan's swap a vote could have saved her game, but she swapped Tabitha's vote onto someone she didn't even vote for. Nail biter moment. Yeah, if she would have like voted like a double vote, like hey, if she would have voted Ashley Ashley or Mary, and then she would have did the swap a vote and voted like the same way, then yeah, she could have potentially got someone out. And then someone said, I'm so irritated this episode. I don't get why Ashley targeted Riazzo when he totally tanked his game in part trying to save her last episode. Meanwhile, Tabitha is blatantly playing both sides and clearly tighter with Rita, who is gunning for Ashley, question mark, exclamation point. Tabitha didn't even tell Ashley about Rita's advantage. Riazzo did, exclamation point. I feel like Ashley got into her feelings instead of being strategic and having a poker face this past week. She practically left Riazzo no choice but to vote with Dom and Rita against her by being so distrustful and hostile with him in the chats. Basically now, oh my god, that's a long ass comment. Basically now, Ashley has given Tabitha way more power than Tabitha's own game warranted. Ooh. I don't see what Tabitha did to inspire loyalty to never say her name. I feel like Ashley weakened her own position, made Tabitha swing, and possibly strengthened Rita's game too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I wanted either Ashley or Riazzo to win this game. Riazzo's out and Ashley can easily go home next week. And then someone commented and said, Riazzo did it to himself last round, unfortunately. He managed to lose everyone's trust. And then this person commented again, I didn't get why so badly with Ashley because I felt if he hadn't warned her of the voting plan, she wouldn't have known how to swap her vote. Meanwhile, Tabitha is flat out saying she's playing both sides, and Ashley knew Tabitha might be tighter with Rita than Riazzo. Of course, this is a quarterbacking from the couch, but I didn't think it was time for Riazzo. Okay, so someone's very upset that Riazzo left.
Riazzo was entertaining.
And then Ashley has commented and said, it was so wild to watch everything back. I'm so proud of everyone. I'm so proud of how everyone is playing for the better of their own game. So far, so good. I love this season so far, and the fact that it gives life to the reality of it all. This close down to the wire, options to vote are super limited. So for me, it was just about protecting the people who I felt were using the same energy to protect me. Yeah, that's what it came down to.
Yeah. And
yeah.
In all reality, yeah. And I think that's where but then that's why I want to get what Susan's thought was of now how it all came 360 for her. Because I think the vote was why I said that. And I probably could have voted for Ashley, I think, but when it came to that part, it's just like, what does Tabitha need to kind of break this? Because like after I got this win, I'm like, now I'm gonna fucking I want to douse this fire because it's just like they gotta vote for each other. They can't vote for us.
Exactly.
So how do we break them into the way that's gonna?
I knew it, and I knew as soon as they were not going to be able to vote for us, they were going to start scrambling, and that's exactly what happened. And so,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, oh, how are we going to vote now, kind of a thing, since the two main
Mm-hmm.
people that we can't vote out, or we can't vote out. So I'm like, okay, guys, so like if you're so loyal to each other, how you like are talking about us being so disloyal to each other. I'm like, well, like, let's see how you guys are gonna vote this out and play it out. Like, since this is like you're talking about our team so much, I want to
Yeah,
see how this is
exactly.
gonna
How
orchestrate.
you gonna do when y'all gotta actually point and exactly? I don't think they had any second thought. It's just like, bam, like that. I didn't think they all would vote Susan though. As tight as because I mean Tabitha could have been that based on Tabitha wasn't there all the time, and Ashley and Mary. I know those gonna vote the same, but the fact that they all went that way, it was just like, damn.
I
Even
called
me,
it out though. I mean, I called it out. I was
yeah.
like, I knew that like they were going to vote Susan at some point. Like she was
Mhm.
going to be like kind of the back burner.
She
And
was.
so
They used her to kind of fuel it, and then she became the pawn. And I don't.
yeah.
And that was the hardest thing. It's just like Susan, you're not recognizing that Jason thing kind of, like you said, kind of had everything kind of scrambled. And he really told me at that
Yeah.
last minute, I'm like, Jason, this is what you want to do. Okay, that's what we're
Yeah.
gonna do. But he
Yeah.
had so much confidence that it could work. And then when it didn't, I was just like,
Yeah.
now
And
what are we
well,
gonna do with this?
and again, he knew that he messed up that vote because
Hmm.
yeah, it kind of just started to scramble the whole team. And I
Hmm.
mean, still to this episode, like it was talked about or like at least like subtly brought up. And then
Yeah.
like, so it's just like, yeah, that was like definitely the vote that scrambled our team. And I think it was just because like he was the one that had trust within everybody within the team because I think he was establishing those relationships more than I know that I was.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
So
I was
it
kind
was
of
just
playing in the behind at that point. I'm just like, when
yeah,
it's time for me to fill in, and then we fill in. But it's just like, Jason, if this is what you feel, well,
yeah,
I'll rock with it. But then when it got there, I was like, damn, they
yeah.
really took his ass.
I guess the only thing that I would do differently, but see, the thing is like I don't know if I would have played this way if it would have been beneficial because I could have done it differently where I could have tried to pull Susan in, but again, because everything I would say would go back to Ashley, I don't know if it would have benefited like our game or even my game because it would have
Mhm.
been like, well, Rita's like saying this to me, Rita's saying that to me blah 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 we need to get her out now kind of a thing and
Mhm.
so and yeah that was like the whole reason why like I didn't push that further because I already like got that feeling and yeah like it came into fruition so I was like well what am I supposed to do with that
Mhm.
but
Exactly.
I was the leader so apparently I was the only one responsible for orchestrating that conversation
Exactly.
so I'm
Right.
like okay guys like put all this responsibility on me.
Mhm. Mhm.
I never said I was the leader.
Felt it. It just felt like that.
I know.
So.
Any final thoughts, Dom? What you think of
I
the
mean, I
episode?
thought it was a great episode. You're right. I think we kind of played it to perfection, honestly, because
Yeah.
after the shit happened with Emily, I was just like, our backs are against the wall, and the way to actually get them to scramble and like that,
Yep.
I think that's when the chess started to change because for a while, like you said, Ashley and them they were playing a masterful game. Riazzo was playing a very masterful game until he got too deep into what he was trying to do. So I
Right.
mean, it looks like I said, it's gonna getting more entertaining now that I kind of remember some of it because I didn't remember how Susan got out. I thought Susan
Yeah.
actually was a little bit longer than that, but I remember that it was kind of like this is bumbling over because they're not saying that what's going on and they keep pointing the finger and it's just like nah.
Mhm.
Let's now roll the tape because like how did you not? You can vote for me that round. Boom, boom, boom. And you're like I voted for
But
you three
see,
times, Tabitha, and she was like, damn.
I know. But see, in that moment, though, did you see their faces when they had to vote for Susan? That's
Hmm.
exactly how we felt when Jason got voted out.
Hmm.
And that's
Hmm.
exactly how we felt when Emily got voted out. So it wasn't personal. It was
Yeah,
just like these were our teammates that
these are our
hey, like we were
teammates.
supposed to be working with, and now they're all of a sudden out. So like it was like we weren't allowed to feel some type of way. But like as soon as Susan got voted out, they kind of felt that a little bit. They were like, okay,
Hmm. I
shit.
agree. They had to now
Yeah.
take that in to be like, okay, now what are we? Because
Right.
it is now like, okay, now there's
Right.
now a shift now.
Exactly. So it'll be interesting next week. I really hope more people join. I don't know why people are not
Yeah, we gotta
joining. I
get.
feel
I know
like
Yadar was on. I don't know where Typhon went. I know he might be on sub. Jason, what is he on vacation?
I have
So
no idea.
like, it'd
But
be
if you
nice to have
guys
like
are
a little
watching
reunion thing.
this,
You
you
know
guys
what
are
I'm
watching
saying?
this, join,
Jump
even if
on.
for like 10 minutes, 15
Yeah.
minutes. Come
Just
on,
cop
guys.
in. Exactly. Just Jack chat it up. You know what I'm saying? Quick
Yeah.
little moment. So we can get your thoughts. Because
It
I
would
would
be
love to hear
nice
that.
to catch up and, get your thoughts, laugh about a couple things. Like, this shit's
Yeah.
fucking comical.
It
Like,
is. It is. It is hilarious. It is hilarious to
oh
look
my
back
God.
on.
Oh my
Riaz on
God.
his speech.
I know.
I'm not gonna play until next round because I think it's like, come on,
I
Riazzo.
know.
Oh, you ain't got
No.
nothing.
I know. And I think I missed. I don't know if I missed it or if it was. I don't know. I was lagging so much that I don't remember that. But yeah. Oh man. And then Mary, she was gunning for me. Now I was like, damn, she
Yeah,
said.
yeah. So Mary kind of was just like, you know what? She kind of made it obvious, like, okay, now you her target a little bit because I think
I
she
know
just
she really did. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That's what happened next episode. I remember now. Okay. Okay.
it's yeah. It's no spoils, but
I
it's
know,
gonna
I
be
know, I
another
know, I
one.
know, I know, I know. Okay, okay. All right. On that note, I'll see you next
I'll see you next week.
week. Are you going to be here later or what time? So I'll.
Yeah. I'll probably be a little closer on time. I just had a couple things
Okay.
going.
Okay. All
I got
right.
you.
Have a good night.
All right. Have a good night. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.